Welcome, welcome everyone to the 122nd edition of the Home Theater Hub. Yes, I know we're late again today. So we're trying. Look at Disco Paul.
Oh,
Wow.
oh no! Oh
Was
no!
was
I'm,
that AI from the iPhone or was that an
I
actual?
am I am up in my game.
I hear you,
Let's
Uh-oh.
bro.
let's just say that.
Uh
That was as
I
colorful
tried to
as
get
his
a hold of
choice of
Rich
beer.
this week to test, but he failed me. But no, I just messaged him randomly, and anyway. So
hold on. We need
just
to
in the
do
spirit,
Ah.
uh,
non-alcoholic.
The
but
But
cherry.
so
So you're drinking flavored water now?
this is 0 calories, and it is like it. When I first drank a bubbly, I was like, "Oh, this is disgusting." But whenever I got back from one of my 5-mile walks, I was really thirsty because I didn't bring any water, and I had one, and I was like, "Oh man, this is delicious."
Well, yeah, after walking 5 miles, anything tastes good.
So
can you
anyway,
play your lights again?
yeah, I can.
We should have coordinated this, right?
Uh, nice, nice. I was gonna ask.
Only people in my special effects button.
Yeah, there you go. You got all the AI tricks going on here.
I got tons of them, man.
I was looking for the beep, 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 but they don't have that on
Oh,
here.
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I got it. I got you.
See, so you are upgrading your game today.
I was gonna ask. I was gonna ask if you had your theater done.
But that would be an explosion, right? I think I got that one. Too.
More like crickets.
Yeah,
Oh, that's crickets. Oh,
yeah. I do need that one.
Yeah.
I do need that one.
You need some applause. Well, listen, Daniel's sitting here looking at us like we're a bunch of idiots. So let me introduce Daniel.
Crazy.
What's going on, Daniel? Thank you for joining us on the Home Theater Hub podcast. I appreciate you joining. Oh, we all appreciate you joining today.
Yeah, Don, appreciate you having me. Thank you so much.
No, man. I mean, look, you had a beautiful picture on Facebook that you posted to one of the groups that I frequent all the time, and man, I just had to reach out to you to see if you would be willing to join us on the show. So, really appreciate that. So we're going to get into that a little bit later. We got a nice DIY theater tour coming up, and man, looks gorgeous. So we got a build thread and everything. So we're going to be popping here in a little bit. So. You guys, that was my teaser, so stay tuned. So, Ike, not like you to storm in at the past 2 minutes, past time. So obviously it's been a busy week for you. So, how's it been going?
Been busy, been doing work, training, and had to go into the office for like the first time in like probably 4 or 5 years. For the last couple of days, and man, I don't know how people do it, man. Wake up in the morning at 6 o'clock, go to work, come back at 7. I just got in like 30 minutes ago, less than 30 minutes ago. So
welcome to the working class.
I don't know how you guys do it, man.
No, I don't want to go
back. From my bedroom upstairs is so challenging, man. I don't know how you guys do it, man. Sit in the car for 1 hour and drive, but prop to everyone who does that, man.
I spent the whole week in the field this week, so it was like go to this place in West Palm Beach, which is an hour and something north. Go to this place, an hour and something south every day. Yeah, it's been crazy for me too. So, but I did get to watch some movies too, and I'm excited to talk about some movies today. So, Paul, how about yourself? How was your week, sir?
It was, typical. I went from, low key to now I got like 4 or 5 pretty decent things I got to do for work. And on a personal note, I pressure washed my front porch and learned that both my Wi-Fi access point and my security camera are only IP4, not IP6.
Oh.
So those both got fried.
I thought he was
So-
gonna say they're not waterproof.
Well, they weren't. They're IP4, so that is only basically humidity.
Yeah.
And anyways, and I wasn't even spraying on them. I mean, I knew enough. I was like, even if it's waterproof, I'm not gonna pressure wash the thing.
Right.
But just getting close to it, it
Mm.
apparently got enough water in there to fry both of those. So I'm like, God dang it. So that gave me an excuse to upgrade. So now I got a G6 PTZ unified camera that I got to
Nice.
install.
Mm.
So
Okay.
and that's a pretty nice. It comes with new AI features. Hopefully it'll do some of the things that I want. Where, like, if Jessica comes to the door or her car comes up, it won't ding me, right? Because it recognizes license plates and all that stuff, and it'll just know, oh, that's Paul. Like, ignore that one, especially if I'm mowing or something. It's like okay, because that's without the AI, it would message me every time I'd go back and forth. It would be like, hey, someone's on your front lawn. It's like, yeah,
Yeah,
that's
no,
me.
I had to set up some geo fencing and stuff for car tracking, and now I'm getting like, your driver was driving 75 in a 74. I'm like, okay, thanks.
Yeah.
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 Time to
Yeah,
lay out speed bumps in front of your house.
Yeah.
So I'm getting those
Pretty
notifications.
much.
Three,
but,
3 miles an
other than
hour
that-
over, I'm getting notifications for 45 employees now.
and I plan on putting up either, hopefully by the end of this month, I plan on getting some of my products online. And apparently I'm gonna have to do some friggin' fidget toys, because Jessica's over here selling, like, I think it was a bit. I think she sold $150 worth of fidget toys this week.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
I'm like, God damn it.
Gotta
Fidget
get those
toys.
printers pumping, man. Gotta
Yeah,
get those-
I know.
those
I'm
printers
like,
pumping.
Jesus Christ, that's not what I want to.
Gotta put the speaker on the back seat now.
Like,
I know,
that's
right?
not why we bought it, but hey,
Got-
I was like,
got
wait a
real-
minute. These are making money. No. No, some of them are pretty cool things. But
So Abe was
people
nice
like-
enough to share this with us. So
it's
Abe
a little
is
flower
now
pot.
back from the
Oh,
lovely Bahamas.
yes.
Look at that, man.
oh, nice.
That
Yeah.
must have been hard to go look at a theater in the Bahamas, Abe. I know that somebody had to twist your arm to go.
Yeah,
do
it was-
this, you know.
It was tough. I worked through it, but I bared down, got it done.
Yeah,
that
that's
was the
probably
view
tough.
from my condo, which is right next to the job site. So not only did I see that every morning, but then I had to just walk out of my condo, walk into the building next door, and that's where the theater was.
Wow.
So
Well,
I
that
got
was-
lucky. So
That was good planning, I guess. right?
yeah, I got the builder hooked me up. Actually, I did not know I was going to get a place that good. So the builder took really good care, which is good. It's good to keep the builder happy, and so got a good rapport with him. And so I said, man, can you find a place? Oh, I'll take care of you. Like, okay. So better than I can expect it. So,
So did you guys hear the news this week?
oh no.
The good
Nobody-
news or the bad news?
Well, I mean, I don't know if it's good news or if it's bad news. You can take it how you want to take it. But look, I mean, where's my share button? There it is. So Disney
Yeah.
lays off 1,000 people. And it was more of the home entertainment people, right?
Mm.
So what does that mean for us, right? What does that mean for us people who like to watch movies and like to collect physical media? Well, good news is that Sony is still outsourced, they're outsourced for doing physical media. So I don't know that it's totally going to stop them, but from
Yeah.
producing physical media. However, you may see less Disney stuff on other streaming platforms, because they're probably trying to bring it all into Disney Plus. So all those liaisons between, Voodoo and whoever else, they're whoever else they're employed to try to be the middleman for these type of things. All those people are the home entertainment field that are kind of like the people that they're laying off, right? So this could be a big push that we start to see all Disney stuff come back to Disney Plus.
Yeah.
So that's
Hey,
that's just my opinion. I'm not saying that, but that's just what I'm reading into it.
You remember back when Disney used to put them back in the vault? You remember that when they put their movies?
Disney was
back in
the
the vault?
juggernaut, man. I mean,
Like, we're gonna put that away for a while, and nobody can watch it. Then we'll put it back in the vault. Hurry up
Disney
and buy
was
it.
the juggernaut for home media. I mean,
Yeah.
I think I was reading something the other day that The Lion King was the most sold VHS tape ever. So it's it's disappointing to see that they've gone this way, but we're going to talk about Disney Plus here in a minute because
Brer Rabbit's still very much stuck in the vault. So I don't think they'll ever let Brer Rabbit out of the vault.
yeah, I'll
Or
give you
rabbit.
I'll give you this one.
Oh, talking about the Song of the South, one of Disney's
All right.
Let the
black
law
sheep
bless
movies.
it.
I'll give you some cheap sounds for that cheap joke. No, yeah, so seriously, what do you guys think about Disney shutting down, their home entertainment?
Yeah.
The question is, when does their fiscal year end? If
Yeah.
it's around the corner, they're probably just gonna
I
put the books
mean,
together and hire back a bunch of people when the new fiscal year starts.
Could be. They could be cooking the books for sure,
Hire a bunch of interns at half the cost or nothing, and let them do the work.
yeah.
Yeah.
You never
Yeah,
know.
got
I
any
mean,
opinion on that,
it's
sir?
a lot of people. I mean, you got to also take into account a lot of people now it's a new trend, are going to places to pick up physical discs to watch them. Like that's a new thing. Like, Jessica's niece asked for a friggin' Blu-ray player for like her birthday.
Yeah. No, for sure. Yeah, no, I mean, look,
she's
my niece,
new
she asked
generation.
for an MP3 player for Christmas,
Mhm.
Yeah, my daughter asked for a CD player.
Mhm.
I got all. So I got
People
her
are like,
CD
man,
one.
I'm tired. Everybody's tired of chasing the content. They're like, and not owning it. It's like, no, they're catching on.
So how about you, Daniel? You have any opinion on that, sir? Do you know? Did you hear
Well,
about
I will say full disclosure. I am 100% a physical media enthusiast. I have streaming and everything too, but I collect movies. I have more than any man should have at one time. But I saw that news, and part of me is kind of like, it doesn't really surprise me. I feel like Disney is, for the juggernaut that they've been for so long, and how many titles that they still have, even, not Disney, like what else they have Fox, and they have Touchstar, play, things like that.
Mhm.
So many movies that we may never see released on physical. And now this just may be another nail in the coffin. I don't know how long those employees have worked there. They may know a lot of things, and then all those guys leave, and if anybody else ever does come back, they may not know which movies that people have available, that they want, or to even put back in physical media. So
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It just feels like every day physical media is just fighting for its life, and I hate that.
Yeah, look, I
I'm
mean,
ready
look,
for
at
the
least we got
director's cut of Flubber in 4K.
Symphonic, he says we're out here fighting for studios. At least we got Criterion, we got Arrow, we got studios like those that are reproducing. What's the one that's reproducing the 3D movies? Gosh, it's just
Turbine.
Turbine. Yeah, Turbine. Yep. Yeah. So
Studio
yeah,
Ghibli. We got a bunch.
there's a ton of private, people out there doing it. And like I said, Sony still is, doing the outsourcing for Disney, which is good because you usually don't get a bad Sony disc, right? I mean, Sony discs are usually really, really good when it comes to Atmos and everything else. So hopefully what it is they'll continue to push physical media to Sony and not just shut the whole thing down to where everything goes to Disney Plus. But we're going to talk about Disney Plus in a little bit after we go through what we watched, because I'm going to go last because it's going to be a great segue.
Uh-oh.
See, I did this on purpose, right? I told you guys I don't like to plan anything, but I did. I thought about this. It's going to be a segue, not the kind that you ride and stand on, but a segue.
Or a Kara Sedgwick. That's a totally different thing.
So, Abe, did you have on your airplane ride? Did you watch any movies coming back from Bahamas? Did you have to sit next to anybody while watching them on the plane?
Oh yeah, I was watching the person next to me movie, and I can't think of the movie she was. Oh, she was watching the Neil Diamond movie. Yeah, so I was watching it in silent, as I, so I don't know what. So I got to watch it because it looks kind of interesting. With what's the guy who did who played the Neil Diamond character, who also played in I think
it's Jeremy Allen or something, maybe.
No, he did he was
in Shameless, right? Or if I got the wrong movie.
I can't think of the guy. The guy with the claw. He was the guy with the claws in the thing. But
I apologize. I'm thinking about the wrong movie. You're talking about Hugh Jackman.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, I couldn't think of the name. Yeah, Hugh Jackman plays, I think, Neil Diamond in this movie, from what I can gather from the snippets I saw. So it looks interesting. So I have to add that to my list of movies I need to watch.
Let me see.
But mostly, I just stared out the window.
Hugh Jackman. Here we go. Neil Diamond.
You didn't like the glass, did you?
You know what's kind of cool coming from that angle? You can see like the coastline of Florida appear from there, which is kind of neat to see. You see pretty much from Miami almost all the way up.
Sung Blue is the title.
Sung Blue? Yeah. Not Seltzer Blue. That's a shampoo, right?
Yeah, correct.
But, yeah. So anyway, it looked interesting.
So anything else that you guys that you were able to watch at the house, or just been too busy?
Yeah, no. Once I got home, I've been playing catch up. So yeah, and then I had the luxurious the enjoyment of doing taxes yesterday till midnight. I mean, literally, I hit send at 12:05.
You sound like me. I sent my accountant at 5:05 after his quitting time. He's like, I need your W-2s. I need your W-2s. I need your W all day long. And I was just so busy, I couldn't send them to him for my extension. So,
well, what I remembered was 10 p.m. So I was doing taxes from 10 p.m. to 12:05. I was busting through it.
You were turbo taxing it, man.
I was absolutely turbo taxing it. And but I got it done. So I got it submitted right at about 12:05. So I'm sure they'll probably give me a penalty. You were 5 minutes late.
No, they won't do that.
So, but got it done. So that was the
question is, did you owe, or are you getting money back?
Oh my God, did I owe?
Yeah,
that wasn't pretty. Do all that work and I got to pay them.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty painful. That's all I can say.
So C-Big says, do you think K-State will lose Disney movies? So the way K-State works is, to my understanding, is that if you've already paid for it, you keep it. So they may take them down off of their catalog, for you to be able to purchase in the future.
Yeah, but the question,
yeah.
But the question is, and I don't think, because they always go to if you download it, you get to keep it forever. But if they take it off of their catalog, that means that space is now, you can't free it up.
Well, so other studios, they have lost other movies from other studios. And what happens is that movie still stays in the cloud, but new people cannot see it, right? So
okay. I didn't know
this thing tracks every movie that you purchased or rented.
Gotcha.
so it knows, you know, exactly what you have, you know, and what you don't have.
Mm.
Because
Okay,
if
well,
I
that's
go on there, if I go on the movie store right now and I try to purchase something that I already have, it won't even show me a price tag.
Mm.
So like when movies go on sale that I've already purchased at regular price, I can't even see what they go on sale for, unless I incognito go through the browser and look the other way. Because sometimes I look to see how much I overpaid. You know.
it went on sale. Oh man, I could have got it for $2 cheaper.
So yeah, so that. But from my understanding is that it's still in their cloud. It's still available for those that have purchased it. They can download it. They can delete it. They can do whatever. However, for new users, it will not show up for them.
They are not Kaleidoscape users. You're not.
Correct. So yeah, so that's what I think for that. What's going on, Bill? How are you, sir? Thanks for joining us. Appreciate you. I reached out to you this week. I was in Fort Lauderdale like 2 days, and I was going to see if you were still working on the Zapedi there. No, excuse me, not Zapedi, Arvolution. If you were still working on the Arvolution, I know you're going to be moving and stuff too. Also wanted to volunteer services if you still need me to help lift some speakers for you. So that's why I was reaching out. So hope everything went well with your move and everything else too. So all right. So how about you? Does Jessica need to help you with your movies?
No, I asked her. We were able to watch one movie, but she didn't even remember what it was. I was like, man, it must be nice. You could probably watch the same movie like 2 times a week and not even know.
So you don't know either.
No, I know. We watched The Bluff.
DJ, you need to stick around. Stick around because I got something for you. Stick around.
Oh, boy.
Bluff, huh?
Yeah, the one about the pirate, the lady pirate.
Oh,
The lady
Yeah,
pirate.
it's
should I
pretty good.
Google this? What's gonna pop up when I Google this?
I don't
you
know
get
what
her booty?
your search history tracks, but
The lady
mine
pirate
will
and her booty?
show a movie.
Oh,
Can
man.
I get a
The
cheesy
lady
plot for
pirate.
that one?
Unless I
Captain
say
Bree?
the wrong.
Captain Bree? Is that it now?
Yeah. Yeah. There you
The
go.
lady pirate of Captain Bree?
Yeah.
That's what it was?
It's The Bluff. Yeah.
Be bluff.
And the search for her
Bluff.
booty.
Sounds
That's
right.
it. That's all we watched. It was pretty good. I mean, it was interesting. It was a good action movie, and it,
Oh, okay.
The
it was a good
Bluff.
action movie for sure.
What was that movie we were supposed to have a homework assignment on that I don't think none of us did?
That's next week. It's gonna be for next week.
What
It's
was
I can tell you. Give me 1 second.
I-
Because I knew we were gonna have a theater
Psycho Killer.
Psycho Killer. Okay, yeah. I got to remember that. I'm glad it wasn't this week because I wouldn't have made it.
Yeah, I knew we were gonna
Yeah.
have a guest. So,
I don't even know where I can't even find it. Or
You
but I
said
haven't
you found it,
looked.
right, Don, on
let's see.
Netflix or Psycho Killer
It's like Amazon. It looks like it's there on Amazon.
or Amazon?
No, well, Amazon Prime Video.
Prime Video.
Oh, okay. It better be for free. I ain't
Harry,
paying
okay.
no.
Wait, how
You can
long-
rent
how
it.
long is the
A couple
movie,
bucks,
man?
$3, something like that.
I ain't paying $1 for a rating of 1%.
Wait, how
man.
long is the movie?
It's 2026 is what it is. So it
Yeah,
just
Psycho
came out.
Killer 26. Yeah. So we might have to wait for this to come on to media. of
Yeah,
some kind.
it's still on it just came to Kaleidoscape, I'm saying. Like
Oh.
maybe 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So
they're
we might,
gonna
like
have-
you said, we might have to wait for that one. We'll have to find out where it's actually playing.
Yeah.
So Daniel, the homework assignment that we have is to watch a bad movie. So somebody suggested that we all watch a bad movie. So
Okay, I didn't want to be rude, but I was checking this out on Letterboxd, and the ratings were not great.
yeah, so I wanted to
Yeah,
bring you
yeah.
in.
That's the
different.
point. Yeah.
Okay. I'm down.
It
with
all
it.
started from someone mentioning a movie, and I looked at like the first 10 seconds of the trailer, and I was like, "All right, I'll watch it." And I was like, "That's the worst movie I've seen in a long time."
Man.
So everybody else was like, "There's no way it's that bad." And
Yeah,
so
because
the
we
homework,
looked at the cast. It was like who was it? It
Well, I think I
was
saw Malcolm McDowell or somebody there. I mean,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
started.
An amazing cast.
yeah, an
Oh,
amazing
yeah.
cast.
dude, if that cast made a movie like right
Now?
now, it would be 7 or
Yeah.
8, like out of 10, not 2.
Yeah. Somebody was hurting for some money at that time.
Yeah,
Quite a
yeah.
few of them.
Hey,
Good
gotta
old
do what
tip,
you gotta do.
good old
You know?
Tiptoes. That's gonna be
Yeah,
forever
yeah.
scarred in my brain.
That's the one that kicked off Don with the homework. The homework assignment.
I like it.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll have to find out when we can all take that one in. So how about
Yeah.
you, Daniel? Were you able to partake into some movies in your lovely theater that you have there?
Yeah, I've watched a couple lately. Marty Supreme, watched that probably 2 weeks ago or
What
so.
did you think? What did you think about that? I purchased that, but I never watched it.
I enjoyed it overall. I tend to have liked the Safdie brothers movies. I think they've kind of started doing their individual thing. I think one of them did this movie, another one did The Smashing Machine with the Rock.
With The Rock.
But I enjoyed the movie overall. It sounded good here in my theater. I'll give them that. It's what's his name? Timothy Chalamet. His
Chalamet,
character is kind of like, he's hard to like. He's not a great guy, but you still sort of root for him throughout the movie. So, I enjoyed it pretty much. Also watched Hard Boiled in here. I have the Shout Studios release, and I was curious about it versus the new. I think Arrow just released it as well. So, I've never actually watched that movie, so I watched it probably about a week ago. Enjoyed that one too. So.
Cool deal. Cool deal.
Very good. Very good.
So how about you, Ike? Were you able to? I know you had a busy week. Were you able to partake?
I did not, but I do have a lineup of movies that I'm hoping to watch this weekend. Excalibur.
Oh yeah.
Oh, an HDR.
Yep. I got this last week. And then Shadow Force.
Ah.
Shadow.
The Shadow's Edge.
Shadow's Edge, yeah.
The
It's
Shadow's
Jackie
Edge.
Chan. One of Jackie Chan's early or whatever movies that got a remake in 4K. So I picked that up. I'm hoping to watch them this weekend. Yep.
Well, and I just want to say, in honor of May the Force be with you,
Oh God.
Here it
Here
comes.
we go. Let's
Here it
see.
is.
I decided
Finally watched those.
to take in A New Hope.
Ah.
Oh, nice. Nice.
So
nice.
my goal is to watch. Well, before I do that, I want to talk about Disney Plus. Okay. So I'm gonna go. Let me go to this picture.
Philosophize, please.
Give
Philosophize.
me 1 second.
Yes, let me know your future thoughts.
Yeah.
All right. So I took in A New Hope and I watched it on Disney Plus. And I was blown away with the restoration on this 1977 film, just absolutely redone perfectly. It was unbelievable to me and my wife. She watched it with me too. She said, I cannot believe that this film is 1977, which then took me down the rabbit hole. I was like, all right, I want to, seeing how good that this is, because I've been trying to get my son to watch Star Wars with me for probably 2 months now, and he just won't sit down and watch it with me. So I was like, all right, I'm going to go ahead and watch this. And then I was just blown away with how great that it looked on Disney Plus. And Kaleidoscape was selling the whole entire system or the whole entire set for like $105 for 9 movies.
Hmm.
So that was a cha-ching right away, right after seeing how good it was or is on Disney Plus and how great it sounded on Disney Plus. So not only did I watch A New Hope on Disney Plus, I also watched A New Hope on the Kaleidoscape,
Mm.
which I don't know if you guys can see here, but
Mm.
Oh,
Dolby Vision compared to streaming. Both of them are upscaled through the Lumigen. But I mean, just you get a lot.
Kaleidoscape right there.
That's the Kaleidoscape version.
Mm.
is that like
But you still
is
get
that-
a great deal. You still get a great deal of detail out of Disney Plus. I mean,
Yeah,
it's just
not bad.
it's just getting getting better and better for streaming. Now, I do have a good internet. I have 5 gigs up and down, but I mean, you don't need all that to get this from Disney Plus. All right, and then I took it to the next scene. So this is actually this is Disney Plus, and that's Kaleidoscape. So you can see a little bit more details in the smoke. It's a little bit brighter, Dolby Vision. And then I had one more scene here of the Luke and if I'm spoiling this movie for you guys, I'm sorry. 1977, you should know. Luke and Han Solo faking to arrest Chewbacca, right? So this one, there wasn't a big difference. Just a little bit brighter. So I started going down the rabbit hole of just comparing.
And what are you streaming through?
I'm streaming through Apple TV.
Oh, okay.
So full 4K Apple TV. So yeah, man. I mean, I just enjoyed the hell out of this. It was something that I was really scared to watch because I was just hoping that it would live up to what I thought as a child, right? And I mean, just the restoration alone. If you guys haven't seen it, no matter what you're watching it on, I think you'll enjoy it, definitely. And like I said, May the 4th be with you, right? So
Mm.
I went ahead and I doubled down.
Empire Strikes Back. That's the one right there.
So I watched The Empire Strike Back. So I watched this, and I'm gonna tell you what.
That's the best one.
My gosh, man. My Atmos speakers did not stop the entire movie. So much so that I told my friend Gene this today, and he was like, we need to check your system and see if you were upscaling. I'm like, no. There was just that much content in the Atmos for this movie. I mean, ships flying everywhere. This, guys, I'm telling you, this is a reference remake. If you do not have this movie, this is a demo scene, the whole entire movie. I had ships flying. I'm telling you, stuff was flying everywhere during this entire movie. It was just fantastic. It really was. So I'm saying that make sure that you pick this up if you haven't picked up this restoration in Dolby Vision. So on the Kaleidoscape, it's in Dolby Vision and it's in true Atmos is what it's in. So I was getting 9.1.6 the whole entire time throughout the whole entire movie. So it was just unbelievable how good it looked and how the sound sounded in this. And I mean, tons of bass and just unbelievable. For a 1980 movie, how great this was. And then I just started. I'm probably about a half hour into it. So I just started Return of the Jedi right before the show. So I was watching that one. I remember not being a big fan of Return of the Jedi, just the whole Jabba the Hutt and everything else like that. But I will say that the video in this is phenomenal. Also, it's fantastic. There's not a lot of ships flying around or a lot of, to at least to what I've gotten to so far, a lot of battling. I know there is later on in the movie, but I'm maybe about an hour in. So I'm hoping that the sound gets a little bit better than what it is. But I mean, just visually, these movies, the restoration that they did on these movies is just phenomenal. So, have you guys had a chance to partake in any of the new remakes of these 4Ks?
I watched them all whenever they first came out.
Yeah, not the recent crop. No, I need to go back and check those out.
What is the recent crop? Because they've had these out in 4K restoration for a while.
So DJ says the image is pretty close. Yeah, which I saw. Yeah, Kaleidoscape, but the difference is in audio for sure.
Yeah, so, absolutely. From Kaleidoscape, you don't have not so compressed.
Early Scenes in Hope are great comparison between Kaleidoscape and Disney Plus. Gradation, Snow can be, yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, it's man, I'm enjoying it so much that I'm like watching. There's a lot of stuff that I didn't remember when I was a kid, because it's been so long since I've seen these movies, and I was never a huge Star Wars fan. I did like seeing all the stuff at Disney, because we don't live too far from Disney, so I mean just to see some of the town and stuff like that when I walk through Disney and see all this stuff in the background now is of the movies. It's just great, man. I mean, I'm having a fantastic time with them. How about you, Daniel? Are you a Star Wars fan?
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, I love Star Wars. I've seen them many times. I have, probably a pretty. My opinions are probably in line with a lot of people, but Star Wars people can hate on it really quickly, right? So I mean, I love it. I love it. I love a lot of things about it, and I kind of don't like a lot of kind of how it's been for several years, but still love it.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm gonna dive into the whole, what is it, like the Mandalorian and
Right.
all that stuff like that. I don't know if I'm gonna venture down those, but who knows? I may, it may bring me in more. My brother's a huge Star Wars fan. I've always enjoyed the movies but my biggest fear was, like I said, was that are they going to stand up? Because when you remember a movie when you were younger, and it's like you watch it again, you're like, man, that was pretty bad. So for sure, I'm like, I'm so glad that I was able to enjoy these movies. Ike, have you watched these lately?
Yeah, I did once when they first came out. I watched just about all of them.
You watched all of them?
Yeah.
I'm excited about it. Maybe it's highly recommended that you check these out, man, because if you haven't checked out the Dolby Vision version, or do you have the Strato S or the which version Kaleidoscape do you have, Abe?
I have the V.
You have the V.
Mhm.
Yeah, so you'll be able to see the Dolby Vision.
Yeah.
I mean, looks really good, man. Just phenomenal. So my goal is to watch all of them by May the 4th. So I'm gonna try to watch all of them, all 9 of them before May the 4th.
Hey, I'd be interested in your thoughts on the audio of the pod racing scene in episode 1. I always, maybe it's just nostalgia, but all those cool pod racer sounds or whatever always gets to me when I watch it in the theater. So
yeah, for sure. No, I was talking to one of my friends, and he was already telling me scenes to demo, so what scene? Let me see what scene he was talking about. I think it was in Phantom Menace that he was talking about. Let's see.
I always loved the original 5, 6, and 7, the original ones that came out in 70s, 80s.
Yeah, he says put on the race
after, not so much, but I do have a soft spot for Rogue One. I thought that was done really well.
I agree.
And definitely that one has kind of risen up to the one I really enjoy watching because it's just done so well. Great story that talks about that group of guys, this group of guys who stole the original Death Star plans. I thought it was really well done. And what I liked about it, it wasn't the kind of typical Star Wars ending. Everybody dies in that movie, but where they're not a little celebration, a little party like they have at the end of all the other ones. It just ends on a sad note, but it's still very awesome to see.
Yeah, for sure. So Ike had something for work come up, so he had to drop real quick. I don't know what happened with Paul, but he'll be back here in a minute.
He's going to go get another bubbly.
He's going to go get another bubbly. So, but yeah, no. So Ike had to drop, guys. But no big deal. We'll keep on going through the show. But yeah, I was just surprised. Like I said, I'm super excited to go through the whole series now. Now that I see what the restoration looks like in the theater, and I mean just how great it looks, and sounds. Like I said, that there's going to be a lot that I pull from that movie, Empire Strikes Back, just for demo. I mean, I was getting major pans everywhere through the whole room when ships were flying by, and they're coming at you, like coming towards you. Man, it was really, really, really good. So I'm excited about it for sure. So you guys know what movies I'll be watching next week.
That's awesome.
Hey, my audio dropped out for a minute there, but I was going to ask you, Abe, since you like Rogue One, have you seen Andor? Because I'm a big fan of it.
It's exactly what my brother says. You got to go. So I need to go back and watch Andor. And he said that's great. He said that kind of gives you a good lead in that works perfectly with Rogue One.
Absolutely, yeah.
So yeah, I need to go back and watch that. I've been told that. So that's on the list.
Ooh, SpongeBob the movie. That's a good movie. I watched
this. This is on my list. I got
it. That's actually a good movie. I watched it with my son several times.
I got it based on your recommendation because I was always a big SpongeBob fan. Man, there's a lot of undertoned adult humor in.
Oh, absolutely. Well, up to about the fourth season. After that, it starts to get a little cheesy, but definitely, season 1 through 4, very well written comedy. Just for a cartoon, it's really good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not Ren and Stimpy.
Not Ren and Stimpy, no, right? But
it's definitely.
Yeah, I still think of a lot of. Yeah, I can still recall a lot of those.
Ed, and Eddie. Remember Ed, and Eddie? That was one of my favorite cartoons.
Yeah, that one was.
My son was watching. He found some YouTube videos of Tom and Jerry, and just to look at the destruction that those two do to each other.
Yeah,
those cartoons would never last now. You know what I mean? There would be no way that they would play today, right?
I just love the kitchen is no place for a live horse.
What was
I don't know if you guys remember that episode of SpongeBob.
Oh,
yeah,
Mystery. It's
I didn't see that one. My son loves it though, so we watch. I watched all the movies on Netflix. So I mean, and that had really good Atmos in it too. A lot of the SpongeBob movies. But yeah,
get that bass in there, SpongeBob.
So Daniel, tell us a little bit about yourself, man. How did you get into the home theater hobby, sir?
Oh man, well, I'll make a short story long for you, I guess. I mean, I've always loved movies. I've always loved sound, music. I like to play a little bit of music. I like to try to pretend I know how to record music, and so it's just been part of me for a long time. And as I got older and got better jobs and I could afford to do things that I wanted to do, I could slowly build up to what I have at the moment. But yeah, I mean, I started probably when I decided I wanted something like this. I just had a simple 5.1 setup, and can y'all still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, sorry, the camera changed. Anyways, I just had a cheap 5.1 in a living room where I used to live, and then I moved and decided to do a little bit more. Moved again, built my first theater in a upstairs bonus room, and then came back to. I've owned this place that I'm in now for a while, and lived in it moved into another house where I built my first theater, and then came back here kind of with everything that I learned in the last few years, decided I wanted to, do it a little bigger this time. So, yeah, I mean, I've always loved it. I love movies. I collect movies. I love sound, and here I am.
So what was like, was there like a definitive movie or visiting someone's house or something like
man.
that you can remember that you're like, oh shit, I gotta build me a home theater?
Man, that's a good question. So, man, I wish I had a really good answer to that, but I don't have people around me that I know of yet that have a really high level dedicated home theater. But I have a couple buddies that had some setups or something along the way that I've sat down and watched and listened to, and just the more I got into it, man, it's got kind of on the online stuff, right? I mean, I got
Right.
into BS and Facebook groups and all that kind of stuff, and it just once I decide I like something, it's I become obsessive about it. So I learn everything I can. I research forever, and I just wanted to do the best that I could with my budget, for over here for now. So
That's cool. That's cool, man. Yeah. So like, did you used to frequent the movies a lot when you were younger, or did you?
I did. I wouldn't say a whole lot, but we did. Yeah. I mean, I have memories of my family going to movies. One of my sisters, there was a dollar movie in town where they would.
I remember those.
Re-show the movies later. And I remember her. She was old enough to drive, and I wasn't, and she would. She and I would go up and watch a dollar movie. Those kind of memories. I remember some of that. So
That's when the seats were all the same level, right?
Yeah.
they may have been. You might be right.
At least in
Yeah.
my ours were
remember
two
that.
ours were $2 movies, and all the seats were the same level. You had to hope not to sit in front of a tall guy, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Or a guy that decided to wear a cowboy hat or something like that. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah. We had a wonderful, old school. It was they were all the same level, called the Broadmoor Theater in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, where I'm from, and it was right next to a Ponchos Mexican buffet. I don't know if you guys remember Ponchos, but this was like the place back in the early 70s and 80s to go eat. So we'd see a movie and then we'd go to Ponchos. It's a place where you raise the flag and they bring you sopapillas and stuff. I don't know if anybody's out there Ponchos fan, but it's got a cult following for people who remember it. But that was our thing, to go watch a $2 movie, then go to pig out at Ponchos.
go pick out Poncho. So like when AMC first came out, like in the Baltimore area, we used to go. It was in the mall, right? So a lot of these movie theaters were in the mall, and they had like food courts and stuff, and they used to just let us bring food in and whole pizzas and everything else like
Yeah.
that. So that was the I was at the movies every weekend, man. I mean, just you'd hang out at the mall. You didn't even know what was playing. You just go there with your date or whoever, your friends, and you're like, okay, that's going to be playing in like an hour. You want to wait an hour? Or you want to see this one over here, right? So
Mhm.
it's so you just hang out but the thing that was cool was you bring in all your food and everything else. Yeah, they would sell candy, but they never sold like food like they do now, like chicken tenders and burgers and all that stuff. So they didn't care if you brought that type of stuff in, but
Yeah.
they were, I mean, shit, they were making a killing on the drinks alone, just
Mhm.
just 5-cent Coca-Cola that they were spending and charging you back then $5, so it was but yeah, it's it was definitely the place to hang out, so I understand, you talked about going to the dollar movies, because some of the movies I'd be like, nah, we'll wait for the $2 movies to to go see that one for sure.
I tell you, that was fun. I remember that we did this. I did the same thing. I think a lot of us back who grew up in the 80s and early 90s. That was the thing, man. That was where we saw the majority of all our movies, was that dollar movie, back to back, sometimes all day long, just seeing movies there.
So when you first started off, what you said you had a small system, like a 5.1.
Oh yeah, yeah.
What do you remember some of the equipment that you started off with?
Man, I'll be struggling to remember now. I mean, I had like probably a 40 something or 51-inch Samsung plasma TV, and then I had kind of an all-in-one. I can't remember the brand. I'm totally blanking on the brand, but it was Q something was the speakers.
Kef Q series.
It wasn't. No, not Kef. I could not afford that. This was probably like everything in the box for $500 or something. Maybe. I can't think of the name now, but I actually thought it sounded pretty good for the price, but that was a long time ago. And,
You didn't get it out of a white van or anything in a parking lot.
No. I think it was an Amazon purchase, but
Okay.
yeah, that was, I knew I wanted something, but I wasn't near the level of interest that I am now. So
That's cool.
For sure. And then, so then you said then you upgraded to a theater that you built in like a bonus room, right?
I did, yeah. So this place that I'm in right now, I bought, I purchased this in 2017 or 18, lived in it for a few years, and then I kind of went into town. I where I'm at now is nothing. There's nothing here. It's a very small community or whatever. Built a home in a neighborhood in outside of Huntsville, Alabama, and there was a bonus room just right upstairs, and at that point I knew I wanted to try my hand at a theater of some sort there. So, kind of cobbled together one. Had pretty decent, the front stage was good, the screen, and had JTR speakers and subs. I was able to manage that at that point.
Nice.
And then the rest was kind of a Frankenstein of everything else. But enjoyed that room. I mean, I enjoyed it for what it was. It was had good times in there, and then decided I still kind of a country boy. I didn't like living in the neighborhood and all that kind of stuff. So I came back to this place. I had kept it while somebody was renting it while I was living elsewhere, and then they moved on. I came back and decided that this was the time, and else. And I don't know if it's a good time to talk about this, but my home is not a normal home. So if people are trying to get tips from me on house builds and stuff for their theaters, mine's going to be different because I live in what looks like a commercial metal building. It is not typical. It's concrete slab. It's metal frame. I think maybe what you call a red iron construction. And this room that I'm in is at the end of a 100-foot long room.
Wow.
Yes. So I basically came back and built a wall behind me to enclose the theater space. And then we, built the theater in here. And I have plans to get the rest of the room back into shape, but it's just a slow process.
For sure. So is this room, is it in a basement? Is it like
It's not, it's ground floor. So where I live, basements are, to my knowledge, not very common. And if they are, they're walkout basements. So yeah, I know a lot of guys in other states are, all about the basement builds and stuff, but this is ground floor. It's a concrete slab. I mean, there is drywall behind my panels and all that stuff, but it's a drop ceiling, and above the drop ceiling, it goes up. Like I said, it's the way the building is constructed. It's just kind of iron beams and that go around. So had a lot of challenges. We can talk about that later about as far as like mounting any kind of weight in the ceiling, because this is a drop ceiling grid with hardly nothing above it to anchor to. So we had to get creative on that part to get some things hung up there. But
wow. Yeah, so we can take a look. We go ahead and take a look at I know you got a build thread that we go ahead and take a look at. Maybe some of the pictures will show some of that, but we'll get to that here in a second. But when you talk about a metal building, I mean, you said you said it was like a commercial type of building, or is it in a residential area?
So I kind of live out what I would call outside of city limits. I'm in the county, and so this is a metal building that is located next to some other businesses. And if you drive down the highway that I live on, you would not think a person lives here. You think this is a an extension of this business next to me or whatever. So I'm kind of hiding in plain sight.
There you go.
I like it, but yeah, it's just a very base. It's 100 by 50 foot building.
Magic says it's a barndominium.
It's it's approaching the barn dominium, but barn dominium I think has a little bit of class to it, and this one's just kind of
Hmm.
You're
it
like,
is
this
what it
is
is.
whiskey tango, my man.
Yeah.
Yep. There we
cool.
go.
I'm gonna bring up your build thread here, so people let me see. Go to this. So if you're a member on AVS forums, you can look up this build thread. Also, it's Wildwood Cinema is what the name of it is. So you'll be able to find the home theater build in North
okay.
Alabama. So Daniel just goes in a little bit. So give us a little bit. Walk us through some of this stuff here, Daniel. Can you still hear us? His sound must have dropped.
Hey, I apologize. My
No, you're
audio
good.
dropped out again. I'm not sure how to fix it.
You're good. You're good. So he's going to log out and log back in.
Yeah, I had that issue too when I was in last week that it would
I
drop.
think it's just the Apple products don't work very well with StreamYard, man. I mean,
Could
Yeah,
be.
you gotta join it in Chrome, I think. If you have Chrome.
Yeah, it was because it was on an iPad too. Yeah.
he's
Yeah.
on an iPad, so I'm sure he's just going to try to join back in here. But
so that so far, it does look
Like a
so he
commercial.
has
very commercial.
be very aware of his cable runs and stuff like that, because obviously it looks like above the drop ceiling, that's the return.
Well, I
Man,
imagine it's a steel building, so there's probably that's all suspended, and all the all that ductwork is there suspended on cable or some type of roll channel.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we could hear you.
Okay, sorry.
guess-
I don't know. Seems like I don't know, every 30 minutes or something, my audio's dropping out. I had to jump out and jump back.
Every time, because I remember, every time that we sometimes that I'll share my screen, or I'll share. It seems to happen with the iPhone, with the
Okay.
iPhone, iPad people. So if it happens again, just log out, log back in. No big
Okay.
deal.
Sure. All right, let's back up like 5 minutes. I didn't.
Yeah. Repeat that.
Yeah.
So basically, you can see Daniel's build on. It's called Wildwood Cinema, right? So if you could just talk us through this here. Is this the beginning stage of what the room?
That's right. So moved back to this place. So that's essentially where I'm sitting right now, is right there, kind of in the middle of that first picture. So we that's blurry there, but that shows you before I piled all of my stuff back in that 100-foot room and made it look terrible. That's the whole 100-foot room right there. And then in that picture, if I turned around, you'd see that the first picture up at the top. So that is the area. You kind of see that crack, that line in the concrete there on next to that column on the floor. That's essentially where the wall is that we added. That provides it's the back wall of the theater and the entrance to the theater. So we built everything basically from that point to that wall back there.
I want to know if this tube TV has a VHS hook to it or not.
Man, my brother-in-law did me a solid. He found that on the side of the road one day, and I told him I might be interested in hooking a GameCube up to an old TV. And there was a certain year of TV that I can't remember the cable, the composite cable or whatever it was called for the GameCube.
Mhm.
And man, he found one of those and grabbed it for me.
So what's the dimensions of the we know it's 100-foot long, but
Right.
How wide is it here?
This part that you're seeing is it's approximately 17 feet wide. I think it's like 16.9 or 16.10. And then as it goes to the other end of the room, which I have a bar and a music stage area there. It's just not show worthy at all right now, but that opens further up. It's 20 something feet there on the other side of the room. But yeah,
So back here.
Yes, that's right.
Very good. So you moved all the workout equipment all down
Yeah.
into this area?
You know,
now?
it's funny, when the room's empty, workout equipment is all out there, open, accessible. And then the more you get into it, it gets pushed in the corner, and then you just sell it or whatever, right?
Right,
Yeah.
right. Yeah,
Yeah.
like my wife's Peloton that's been sitting in the corner for the past 4 years.
Yeah.
So,
One of these days, man, one of these days I'll be back at it.
and this is I guess you got a little creative here with some rendering software in the next.
Yeah, those pictures are pretty terrible. It's very dark, hard to see. But that was my first iteration of me using a free online 2D, 3D designer thing. And further on in the thread, you'll see some pictures that represent way more accurately what it turned out to be. But yeah, man, I enjoyed. I had a very long planning phase before construction ever began, so I was able to, pretty much nail my measurements before we ever started. So it was good. It was a cool tool to use.
I think it looks fantastic. Especially
Yeah.
this picture here, you
Yeah.
did a good job getting everything spaced nice and together, and
Yeah.
looks really good for for putting all this stuff together yourself, for
Yeah, man.
sure.
Now, I will say, full credit to, I don't know if y'all know Stephen Smith,
Sure.
home theater guru, right?
Mhm.
So I reached out to him, and he helped me with the speaker layouts. I think you'll see some snapshots down below of his drawings that he sent me. So yeah, very reasonable. He's a great guy to talk to. He was very open to me. Like I said, it took me a long time to get this build done with my work schedule and everything, but I could ask him a question along the way. Even a year later or whatever, I'd just jump on and be like, "Hey man, I just got a question about this." And he'd be right on it, help me out. So definitely I appreciate his help and helping me plan out. He did the distances and where the speakers would go and everything. So I appreciated his help a lot.
For sure. I know this is a service that he offers just to do the design right.
Mhm.
So, and I actually offered to have him on the show. I reached out to him. I was like, "Hey, Steven, you want to come on and promote?" He said, "Man, I got enough business that I can't even keep up." So, but yeah, no, I've known about him doing these designs for quite some time.
Yeah.
He does pretty good on the drawings here. So.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, not bad.
So this was all these were done by Steven there, and then I think
Right.
we'll go through the list of your equipment and stuff later on.
Yeah,
but,
sure.
got some advertisements here. Let's go down further to where we got some more renderings here. Yeah,
Right.
it looks
So
like they're still a little bit dark, but
Yeah.
the renderings
I think I
still
found
look
out
a little bit
later
better.
that program, if there's no windows in that room, right, in the theater, and the ceiling's on there, and it tries to emulate light, so it makes it very dark. So I found out later that if you made the ceiling disappear or whatever, then it would brighten the image, but whatever.
Look,
the
the details
lighting.
in this thing, that's a JVC, right?
That's right.
Yeah, looks phenomenal. I like the
What
way
program was that?
So I hesitate to recommend this to people unless they just really want to have fun with it, but it's I think it's called Sweet Home 3D. And like you just pointed out, that looking like a JVC projector, one of the things I did was I would find pictures online and save it, and then I would import them as textures that I could put onto a blank shape. So basically the projector, I made a box the size of a JVC projector, and then I
textured the picture of it.
That's correct. Yeah. So there's a lot of extra work there, and there may be, other programs that handle that way easier, but that's just the way that I stumbled into it, and I just committed to this program and went with it. But,
that's cool.
He did a great job, man.
yeah, appreciate
the level of detail on that is crazy. Even got the light patterns for the sconces and everything else like that. So
another cool thing about using a program like this is kind of how now you see it's like all the panels are off and you see all of the DIY treatments that are behind the fabric. So it was cool to set kind of layers or whatever you want to call them, where you could turn off a layer and say, well, one click and now all the fabric's gone. It shows all the treatments.
Right.
Yeah,
you
that's
know,
cool.
that kind of thing. That was handy to use along the way too. So
That's pretty cool. Now, does Steven, does he offer the 3D renderings, or I'm not sure if he does or
not
not.
to my knowledge. He you know, all of this was just me having fun with it along, you know, while I had time to. But I don't think that he does 3D renderings. He just mainly those ones that you saw above that were from him. I think that's his standard drawings or whatever. After you know, you'll talk to him and provide measurements and, you know, tell him what you want to do, and he'll work his math and his knowledge, man. He'll show you those drawings and tell you exactly what you should do.
So it looks like you did some framing out. I guess all this is like new 2x4s that were between those
Mhm.
columns
right.
and stuff that you had up further there.
Yeah, that was for the placement of the, you know, duck board and whatnot for the acoustic treatments. We actually, me and my buddy, we started out building those with you know 2x4 pines or whatever, ripping them down to size, and it didn't offer a very clean finish once you wrapped them in fabric. So we actually ended up redoing one whole wall with ripping plywood instead. The plywood gave us crisper lines when we wrapped them with fabric. So
Okay.
that's a possible tip for anybody, maybe. But
Mhm.
So this is what you were talking about, how it's made of basically you know, iron beams, and
that's right.
You had to get creative on how to hang your Atmos speakers.
That's right. So you see kind of there's a wooden post that we added that runs that we can hang the Atmos on, the
Yeah, a little
overhead speakers on.
threaded rod. Yeah, I see
Yeah,
that.
so
That's-
yeah, we went with those. It allows a little bit of adjustment with the hooks and the adjustable like eye bolt, I guess is what it is. But
Mhm.
that allowed us, you know, any little play in the ceiling grid, and, you know, don't let too much weight rest on the ceiling tile or anything like that. So yeah, that was phase one of the construction, was definitely all of the ceiling work. So we changed a little bit of the HVAC and hanging the overhead speakers and doing all that kind of stuff. And that was quite a job to get all that worked out. Cause, you know, like you see there, I mean, there's nothing really to attach to. So we had to come up with ways to add.
No, I
anchor
understand
points.
because like when I was building my projector box, yes, I had trusses up there, but they were running the wrong way. So
Right.
I was kind of like free falling just like you are here, right? So
Mhm.
I had to figure out how to attach them, you know, and then, you know, I built from the top down, kind of like you did.
Yeah.
For my whole projector box. So I understand this. I mean, this was definitely very creative. So my question is, I saw what subwoofers you have. In case somebody else didn't see, have you checked these threaded rods up here to see what's going on with them since you've been
Well,
pounding
you
those
know,
What's the
RST?
height? What's the height to the metal beam, and then what's the finish height of your theater?
so the finished height is 9 feet from the ground floor up to the
To the top tile?
yeah, the ceiling tile was already set, and to move that, like, I mean, I would love to
Yeah.
have a taller ceiling grid if I could in the theater. If I could if I'd have been able to push that up to 10, 11, 12 feet, that would have been great. But
So you
man,
probably like 12 feet to metal beam, or
so it's kind of angled, right? So on the far side, it'll be shorter than the other side. But
Okay, yeah. So this is an angle roof.
you know, if I had to guess, ground floor to the shortest side is probably, oh man, maybe 14 feet, maybe, and then maybe on the
Okay.
other side, maybe up to like 18 or so. I can't remember
Oh,
how
okay,
sharp
okay,
the
gotcha.
incline is there, but
Gotcha. All right.
Yeah. So that's the Atmos, and I guess that's the custom panel that you made for the Atmos there.
we did, yeah. So instead of using the old ceiling tile, which, you know, in this picture everything's still white ceiling tiles, which we replaced with black, but we just use kind of like a thinner, I don't remember if it's 1/2 inch or what, or 3/4, but kind of a finished plywood. We cut them into ceiling tile sizes, routed out the space for the speaker to go in, and then you can kind of see the bolts on either side of the speaker where it goes up through the wood, and then you see the eye bolts that you saw in the overhead. You know, that's them secured. So that way, basically, you know, it's hanging on the post above the ceiling. It's not putting its weight on the grid or anything.
Right. Yeah, on this metal.
That's
And
right.
this stuff is super flimsy. If you
Yes.
haven't never worked with that before, you can't put hardly any weight on it at all.
Yeah.
And actually the when you drop the ceiling tiles in, that's when it actually gives it more structure, right? So
It
Yeah.
does. You're right. Yeah. Everything
Yeah.
kind of friction wedges
kind
in.
of like building a cabinet, right? And then you put that it'll wobble back and forth until you put that piece of cardboard backer on there and it actually holds, you know.
Crazy how that works.
Yeah, for sure. So we kind of had like a little discussion about this before. So this is duckboard for those of you that don't know, and I know Steven's a big fan of using duckboard for the absorption portion. But I can tell you what, it's difficult to find this stuff unless and we spoke about this, that unless you know somebody that you know unless you know somebody that's an HVAC guy or whatever, that stuff's just not readily available at Home Depot. Because I've looked at Home Depot, I've looked at Lowe's. So how were you able to come across some of the stuff, Daniel?
Yeah. So if I remember right, that brand is Certainteed. I think that's right.
Yep.
So that was what I was. I was trying to find that. I was looking online. You know, it's hard to even find a place to order it online. Then if you do, it's crazy. Which Certainteed is not cheap to begin with, but I did. Luckily, I know a guy who is who owns HVAC business, and so I spoke with him, asked him, you know, is there anything he could do, and he was able to line it up where I could go to a local HVAC supply shop, and he had talked to them ahead of time, you know, and I went in there and basically, I paid for it myself, but used his basically invoiced to his business, but I paid for it type deal. You know, hope I'm not telling on myself here, but that barring, you know, I don't know how you would find that. You know, maybe you look up on Marketplace and somebody's selling some or whatever. But yeah, I mean, if you're looking for that type of stuff, you're going to have to know a guy or something to get it.
Yeah, that is certain. I've used that brand, the Certainteed Ultra Black. It's good. It's very. I've also used the John Manville products. Pretty good. That's black. Bulk of what I use is the Owens Corning 703, which you can get readily available. But that's a good stove, especially if you want to get it in black. It is a little pricey with that Certainteed comparatively.
And it may not have been necessary for me to use that specific one because, I mean, like everything is covered with fabric. But, you know, I don't know. I just had, once I had it in my head, I thought that's what I wanted. That's what I was going to get. And I did order too much. I'll say that. I bought essentially a pallet of it.
Yeah, the best way is to buy it at the pallet.
Yeah, so I wound up maybe just a little bit less than half. I wound up having extra.
Is that
road trip.
Yeah,
I might have to go to Huntsville.
Come on over here, man. I'll give you a deal.
It's only probably what 13 hours or so to get over.
Are you in South
Certainteed plant?
South Florida.
Oh yeah, yes, drive.
Certainteed is in Peachtree City, Georgia, and so not too far away from me. So
okay,
but so yeah, I'm a Certainteed dealer. So that's
Abe, with that, what would you say? You know, would you prefer? Do you prefer the Owens Corning? That's easily.
I like it. Yeah, that's the one I go to. Is the Owens Corning 703 or any of that stuff works just fine. Yeah,
because
I do like the John Manville product.
The Owens Corning, it does have a more of a rigid like feel to it, right? It's got the hard edges and stuff like that.
Well, yeah, then you can resonate. Well, what I like about the 703 is that the density is consistent. It's a very consistent density across the board, so it's predictable. There's been enough people who have done acoustical analysis on 703. You know what 1 and 2 inch and 4 inch, 6 inch version of that stuff do. You know, there's enough data on it.
So how would you compare that to the Certainteed? I mean, it looks like the Certainteed's easy to cut and put it in kind of like for my situation. I'm thinking about my situation where I'm going to have, various shapes and stuff like that. It looks
And
like
you would
that.
cut it and fit it inside your wood frame.
Yeah.
Which is the
It-
easiest way to use that stuff is just to cut it and make a frame, a wood edge frame, and then fill the inside of it. Take some adhesive, especially just glue it into your frame and let it set, and then wrap it with fabric. So that way you can put an edge detail on your wood frame or whatever, and then wrap it in fabric.
Okay.
Which is the simplest way to use it. Or if you want to go kind of crazy, you can dip it and resin the edges. But that is messy, but you could. If you can make a trough, and you can just kind of dip each side in the resin, let it dry, and then you can cut and sand it and shape it just like wood. Of course, you're gonna have to have a blade dedicated to it, but because it will gum up.
I will say that if you have extra sensitivity fiberglass, man, you're gonna hate working with this stuff.
Oh, it sucks. Yeah, that part. Yeah, you're gonna have fibers all over. Yeah.
Man,
Oh,
cold showers after working with that.
Mhm.
Not hot.
Yeah.
That's because my room's already carpeted and stuff too. So I'd have to cut all that stuff outside, bring it inside, and it's gonna be a pain in the ass for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's the thing about it. I like about that product 703 is just the consistency of the density of it. But like I saw in the chat, people, you could use something like Rockwool batting in panels. There's all kind of different creative ways you can.
Yeah, there's a special knife to cut with that rock wool too, because that.
Yeah.
And I would say too, I mean, I'm not a professional here, but that worked out good for us because just kind of like basically building the wall, an additional wall out, right, for the acoustic treatments and stuff, and just being able to place that in there, and it's firm, it's easy, it's not crumbly or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's very easy to work with. If I was building my own acoustic panels to hang on drywall or whatever, I wouldn't use that. I would
No.
use, like what you're saying. There's no reason to use that in that application.
No.
Yeah,
Is that 2-inch wood?
I'm sorry.
That's the 2-inch.
That is the 2-inch. Yes, that's correct.
Yeah,
My
it
side
seems
walls are
like
2 inches of acoustic treatment, and the back wall is 4 inch. So I basically just doubled up
Double up on
those
that.
to get the 4 inch. Yeah,
Easy. Yeah.
yeah.
so the paper backing and stuff. So you said you doubled it up. The
Mhm.
paper backing didn't affect.
Well, compromises have to be made, right? At some
For sure,
point.
for sure.
I don't know I don't have.
Well, is that the
science.
paper one, or is that it's kind of a PFC, or
It's like a full back, pretty much. The silver
Okay.
side is kind of full, and the black side is, I don't know what that is. I mean,
it's a material type. It's not a
yeah,
paper.
yeah, it's soft. Yeah,
I forgot the name of it.
Kinda fuzzy.
PCF backing or
Yeah. And Stephen, when he recommends using boards like this that have the two different sides, he specifically designs it to where, depending on where you're placing it in the room, maybe it's the black side out or it's the full side out.
Oh, okay.
So on kind of, I
Hmm.
think from ground to 18 inches, and then the whole bottom part, I think is full side out, and then I have a middle row where all that is black side out, but certain ones have we full taped a pattern. You saw that kind of in that.
Yeah, on the
image
up
there.
Yeah.
For that's supposed to be some kind of make it a combo panel, and then everything above that middle panel is again full side out. That's the way that he had that designed. So
Yeah, these stripes right here, you took
There you go.
like real duct tape, not duct tape, but real ducking tape.
Yeah, that's a technique of just kind of creating a very kind of down and dirty kind of
Diffusion panel.
fractal diffuser. Yeah, so where you're hitting sounds hitting two different surface areas. It works. It's simple. It's not you don't have to get crazy, but it does help. We used to do that. Or if you had like the Ross Owens Corning 703, you could just resin a pattern on it. Like you could, like just have squares where some are reflective, some are resin, some are just not resin. So you can create like a checkerboard out of just on 703, which is another, quick down and dirty way of creating a very cheap diffuser that, it's a little bit better than just having full absorption, can create a checkerboard pattern of it. But
Yeah,
great
that's
idea.
cool. I've never heard of the resin technique. That's interesting.
Yeah. Or you can cut it out and have it hit drywall right behind it too.
Yeah.
So did you paint the ceiling here, or did you just did you get all black tile for that?
So I had to go to some other supply shop, and I think those are also Certainty brand. Maybe I think they're called Theater F, maybe ceiling tiles. So was able to get those, replace the white ceiling. You know what? I don't remember what those normal office ceiling tiles. That
Right,
type of
right.
material. This is fiberglass. I mean, it's like it's basically the duck board but thinner.
Okay.
And so we put all those in, and then my buddy, I definitely have to give him a shout out if y'all don't mind. My friend Andy that I work with, man,
Sure.
he knows a lot of construction stuff that I didn't have as much experience with. He's better with hand tools and everything. So I was able to recruit his help. So I kind of had the theater ideas and the knowledge, as much as a regular guy has, and then he helped me with building techniques that I didn't know about, building the wall and the riser and all that kind of stuff. He helped a lot. And I'll say the ceiling grid that was white or silver colored, that is actually black felt tape. And he did most of it. I think I was at work
Jeez,
that day.
that's tedious.
Dude, he got up there on that scaffold and he went piece by piece, and
Yeah, you could see
felt
the silver parts on
That's
the
right.
edges here. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, big thanks to him. That was not a fun day for him, I don't think.
Yeah. That was very tedious for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, no kidding.
And this just looks like a AC vent that you guys painted.
That's right.
Like
Just
a-
took the existing ones and took them down and spray painted them black and put them up. They don't look great, but once everything else was in here and everything's blacked out and everything, you can't.
You don't even see them.
No.
Once it's black, right?
That's right. Yeah.
And then it looks like you got some diffusion panels. What is that? Vicoustics?
It is. I had those. Some of the stuff I carried over from my first theater when I moved back, I had some of this stuff already. So those are Vicoustic. Is it DC3? I think is what it's called.
Yep.
So I had those, and I don't know if you can get them this way anymore, but
I think they come for 4 to a box now. So
I got them off of a German music store site. Started with an H. I can't think of the name right now.
Is it like a resin foam? Is that what it is?
It's glorified styrofoam,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
they're not cheap, but I don't know. I wouldn't recommend just building your own 3D diffuser and just slapping blocks together.
Right, yeah,
I mean,
no.
there's math to that. So these supposedly follow whatever rules. So
yeah, Vicoustic's one of the companies that actually test their panels and stuff like
Right.
that. Right. So definitely can trust them for sure.
mhm.
Yeah, like you said, those I think when I priced those out, like a box of 4 of those was like $1,000. That was
wow.
a couple of years ago. So they're
I will
not
say I
like-
got a deal on them, and I'm not, like I said, I don't know if you can order them the way that I did. I probably bought those probably about 5 years ago now, and even with having them shipped over, and I think I had to pay a little extra when they were delivered, but it still came out way cheaper than I thought. But that may not be possible to do that anymore.
Yeah. So this front wall is typical Steven design with the angles
That's right.
on the front here, which I like. I do like it the way that he does that. I thought about doing that in my room for also, to get the left and right speakers angled in, to the listening position.
Sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
So,
I trusted the process with that. I know, like you said, he's a big advocate for that. So even though my first theater was not an acoustic transparent screen, so I came over here and I knew I wanted to go that way. And so once we talked about the wall, I mean, obviously the two side the left and right are not behind the screen, but he was all about doing it that way. And I mean, I don't know. I don't have a whole lot to compare with, but I think
sure.
it sounds great. You know,
You get a good. Do you listen to music at all?
I do. Yeah, I have it. I've got some like Blu-ray album like
Concerts and stuff
they're
like
not
that?
movies, right? There's no video.
Right.
I've ordered some of those where they've been like remixed in Atmos and stuff, and I look forward to listening to some of that in here. I just watched that A24 Stop Making Sense. I don't know if y'all heard of that, but it's
I heard of it.
concert,
Yes. Yeah.
movie of was it Talking Heads, I believe.
Yep.
Oh
Yep.
yeah, yeah, that was a good one.
I lost my audio again, man. Sorry.
No, we still hear you.
I think he can't hear us is what happens.
Oh,
So I don't know why we didn't switch.
Bear with me.
You're all good. You're all good, man. Just jump out and jump back in if you need to. You can hear us. So yeah, no, this is look, I've been following Steven for a long time on his channel and YouTube and everything else that he's been doing.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you
Oh
now.
man, I'm sorry. I apologize to everybody. I
Nah,
just
it's all
dealing
good,
with
man.
this every little bit.
Look, we can't, we don't claim to be the most bestest podcast on YouTube. So it's we work with what we got, man. So
Yeah.
it is what it is. But we appreciate you having the patience to keep coming back.
No problem, man. Let's keep doing it. Yeah, I have talking about the music stuff too. I have a we can talk about this a little bit later too. It's kind of a tip that I learned to get a lot of demos on a hard drive that is connected to my NVIDIA Shield Pro, and I run it through Kodi. And instead of having to, bring a disc out, and which Kaleidoscape helps, I'm sure, a lot with that. But
Right. Mhm.
instead of going and grabbing a disc, putting it in, trying to find a scene I want to show people, well, I've got all this stuff downloaded that are lossless quality. I can scroll through, play it instantly. And some of that is music demos too. So I've tried those out and really enjoyed them.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, some of the players now, like the Zune, the Zune and the R Evolution, they have now to where you can run scripts and stuff just like the Kaleidoscape is, to where you can have your demo stuff set up in a certain fashion too.
Nice.
So. But yeah, no. So yeah, like I was. So do you get a good sound stage? From the angled speakers like that.
I mean, I feel like I do. Like I said, this is my second attempt at a dedicated home theater, and to me, it's a large step up from what I had before. And man, I'm enjoying it. I mean, yeah, you can always chase better, right? But I mean, my experience, I'm having a lot of fun in here right now. So.
Yeah. So you guys can see what I'm speaking of. I like I said, I've been following Steven for a long time on his channel, on his YouTube channel, on his on with builds and stuff that he posts on his Facebook and everything else like that. And I mean, all the designs that he does are really, really nice. And I'm like, I literally was considering doing the same thing here, but I did want to get the biggest screen that I could get, right?
Sure.
So when you do this, you either got to build some brackets off of the here to you can still do it, right? You just have to flatten some supports out. You can flatten them out 45-degree angles or whatever on the latter part. You know what I mean? So
I totally agree with you on that, and I would add too that I wish my screen was bigger. This is 135 inch. 2.35 to 1 aspect ratio. I would love to have a larger screen, but the JVC projector that I have, the throw distance, everything, the way it worked out, that I was not ready to go higher in projectors. I kept the one that I had. I mean, that was a very large purchase for me at the time when I got it.
When I started out many eons ago and building theaters, we used to angle the sides in a lot too, because back then we were doing, projectors were quite not as powerful. We used CRT projectors back when I started, so a lot of 16:9, before we started really jumping into doing a lot of scope theaters. So we'd have, you didn't have a lot of room for a screen,
Right.
so you kind of angle those in. But as the screens got larger, we went to just, flattening those screen walls. But I do like having the baffles, just like you did, having kind of inside the room, being able to walk behind it, place your stuff, get it just the way you want it.
Right.
But Yeah. So yeah, totally get it. It does limit your screen size.
It does,
Mhm.
yeah.
But we'll flatten it out and we'll just tow the speakers in behind the screen because now the screen is getting wider. Just
Right.
tow them in.
I think it really like I said, I got a good projector. It's the NZ7, the RS2100 JVC.
Yeah, cool.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's a great projector, but what I was told from various people was the throw distance, and for that projector, don't get me wrong, excellent projector. I love it.
for
but
sure.
It's not probably going to it's not going to do a 180-inch screen or whatever very well, to my knowledge.
You're gonna
Right?
it's starting to
You-
get thin at that point.
You
Right.
can probably get away with a 150. No
Well,
problem.
max.
That's
If
what I
if
was
with
told. Max
Complete
and-
controlled light,
Yep.
dark.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I have the NZ8, so
Okay.
mine's not much, and I have a 160-inch screen, and you saw the image that I just put
Yeah.
up here, so it's
Well,
You know
130 is
what your
great
throw
for a
distance is?
JVC.
so my throw
NZ70 max.
distance is 19 and a half.
Okay. All right.
So look, I mean, you can say the throw when you go to these websites and everything else. What I did was I got a table. I have a dining room. Like as soon as you walk into my house, and what I did was I literally measured from the front of the projector and shot it on a huge wall, right, like directly across. So when you walk into my doors, I got my dining room here off to the left, and I got a huge foyer that with like probably like a 10 and a half foot tall wall by like 22 23 feet before I get into my kitchen and my living room. And what I did was I measured out the projector to 19 and a half feet to where I knew where my throw distance was going to be. And then I zoomed the picture all the way out to see what I can get. And I'm telling you, I got way farther way more than what, the websites were saying and everything else. I think I got out to like a 200-inch screen,
Wow.
Oh yeah.
so it's not like what what JVC gives a lot of room on that throw distance.
I think it's just, the larger screen, you're going to start dropping lumens and stuff, right? So
yeah, for sure. It's just it's all what what it's all how bright do you want it?
Right.
Obviously, if you want HDR and
right.
everything
Well,
else
it's a
like
balance
that.
of the lumen output, the gain of the screen, the throw
Mhm.
distance.
Mhm.
That all calculates how many foot lamberts you're getting off of the screen. But sometimes just moving the projector closer, as long as you have the zoom range of it, you can gain back some of that light output by just putting it a little closer.
Mhm.
So it's all a balance. Yeah.
That's right.
For sure. All right, that looks like you got yourself a solid core door here.
There you go.
Yeah. Yep. I got some further threads information later on about the door, and man, that thing, we built a monster, but it was very frustrating, but we got it. But yeah, that's I found that at a local basically a lumber mill that also has some products or whatever. So I think that it's not probably not the biggest door ever, but I think that is 100 pounds, I think.
That's it over here on the left hand
That's
side,
right.
right?
Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
say bigger than like a standard 1.75 inches. Is that like 2 inches or 2.25?
I can't
It's
remember.
bigger
I
than
almost
that.
want to say that it is still only 1.75 inches, but I
Is it
could be wrong
1.75?
on that.
Yeah.
Which we added 4 inches of acoustic treatment on the inside of the door, and then I have kind of a
Wow.
padding thing on the outside.
Any type of door seal, like mortise into the bottom rail of the door?
Yeah, I'm blanking on the website, but it's oh man. Anyways, they sell.
Trademark hardware?
Kinetics.
No, I can't think of it right now, but it at the bottom, it's like automatic bottom.
Yeah.
door
Yep.
bottom,
Bottom.
Zero International? Like a
No, I still
Yeah.
can't think of what. I'm sorry, I can't think. But
It's all good.
yeah.
yeah, so that's
Well, you
on
got
the
an
bottom.
automatic door bottom. When you close
That's
it, it has a little guillotine
It comes
thing that
down.
gets the threshold down.
That's right. And then
Yep.
I haven't actually added the frame seal.
Frank, the door stop.
But I'll do that at some point. But I mean, frankly, right now, and you close the door, there is no light coming through it. So we custom built the door frame and everything. So we just added thicker. I can't think of the name either. The small strips of wood that go on the inside of the door.
Furrings.
Your doorstop?
Yeah, I guess it's a doorstop,
Your
right?
doorstop? Yeah.
Yeah. Doorstop. You're right.
Yeah.
So we oversized those so that when the door's closed,
Can you
there's.
have a little Pimco, like a little brush, like a bushing? Or,
I have
yeah.
I have that rubber seal kit that I just haven't
Yeah.
installed yet. But
Sometimes that's all you need. Yeah.
right.
You do it right.
And man,
So it
I'll
looks
tell you
like-
one thing with that size door and the treatments, with 4 inches of treatments on the inside, it's really difficult to make it to where the door closes and it's still flush with the wall.
Mm.
And so I wound up having to get 6-inch hinges. So you unfold them, it's a foot, and I had to order those special. They're not cheap.
Oh, man.
Put those on there to be able to kind of wide throw and let it open in and then come out. And then with all that weight kind of leveraged out, I had to hide wheels. We put wheels on the bottom of the door, and they're hidden by the acoustic treatments that's on top that's in front of it. So the door actually has a wheel as it rolls out to help the weight.
Okay.
What's the height of your doors? 6'8" or 8?
We had to chop off a little bit. So the riser, when you walk in,
Okay.
is now 15 inches off the floor.
Okay.
So subtract that from 9 foot. And so we had to, and then the projector is above it. So we had to chop a couple inches or so off of the door. Like I'm about 6'3" with shoes on, and I can walk in and not hit my head or anything, but it's a little bit shorter than standard height.
Okay. It's been custom cut to fit. There.
So when you're coming in the theater, it's a step up to get into it.
It is. So right there at the very beginning of the project, we didn't go back and add the stuff on the outside of the theater until later. So that is us getting ready, building the riser, and I'm pretty sure that's only half of the riser at that point. That's probably 7.5 inches right there, and then we built it up to 15 inches. And then so when you're walking into the theater, there is a step up 7.5 inches, and then another step up another 7.5 inches to get you to the 15-inch height of the riser when you walk in.
Gotcha.
So yeah, we can see right here
Mm.
with the I guess you use this for conduit.
That's right. Yeah,
That's
the
what
rack is located outside on top of the entry riser that we built. So we ran conduit up to there to be able to do a couple of pulls for. That's mainly just for like a USB and an HDMI in case I need it when I'm sitting in the theater, for something. And if I needed to change those out at any point, we just ran PVC there.
Yeah, see, this is what I pondered with too, because my thoughts were to do the same thing, kind of because I enter through the back of my theater also, and you want to utilize as much space as you can, and I pondered with this for so long. Well, okay, I'll just build a step up, but my problem is I'm coming from a dining room, so the step to another step is gonna outside the door was gonna look weird.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So, but yeah, I mean, it's good to see somebody else do this because I was thinking about, the same exact thing here.
Mm-hmm. And you can see too, those black mats on the ground under the riser. I put those down, and those are actually horse stall mats that you can buy at like Tractor Supply if y'all have around.
There you go.
Yep.
So that's what I used for those.
I decoupled them for sure.
Yeah.
So the windows, right? This wall over here, you didn't do it. Is this just the original wall here?
Yes, that is original. Yeah.
Okay, so the framed in windows, the picture frame windows were already there like that.
There was 2 windows in the theater space, so by the time, we wound up. That's where we kind of temporarily we were trying to figure out. We basically closed it up with a piece of drywall, and we knew this was going to be a long build, so we kind of let it go for a little while, and then took the drywall off to see if there was going to be moisture issues around the window. So we kind of had to play with that a little bit. I hope it's okay. I guess if I don't ever look at it, it's fine, right? Kind of Schrodinger cat or something there. But so
is that the second layer on top of the platform at that point? In that picture,
that looks like it. Yeah.
It's
a 2x6.
the way.
No, like
So-
2x6 or
Yeah, that's right. So the steps on either side, That's once the top was on there, that's
Yeah.
7.5 inches, and then another step up, you get to
You
15.
can see it filled in right here
Yeah.
at the bottom, and then he
Mhm.
ran them the opposite way for the.
Right.
And that was, we kind of winged that a little bit, you know. I mean, there's
You got the angled steps here. I like the little angled steps coming down too. That's nice.
yeah, I sort of was trying to make that out to match the angles of the left and right speakers. So it's kind of give a little bit of geometry in the room.
There you go.
And what is this? What was this area right here?
That's
Was
where
that-
we covered up
That's
one
that
Oh, you
window,
covered
right?
up that
Yeah.
window up here. Okay,
That's right.
Yeah, that window right there. Okay, very good. Yeah, that's the double layer there.
And that second layer, did you couple it to the main layer, or did
I'm trying to remember.
you either go tight to that main layer, or did you decouple it as well?
I honestly don't remember if we like coupled those together or not.
Looks
I
like you
think
got some
so. It looks like some green glue there. Yeah,
green
yeah.
glue.
So,
Okay.
um,
All right, you put something there. That's good. It's a little
Yeah,
visible.
it looks like you got green glue in all the joint where it's sitting on.
I had bought several tubes of that, thinking I was going to use it in my first theater, and it never got used. And then so it's just
Yeah.
sitting around, and I finally I was like, well, I mean, use it for something. So we
That
we,
don't
basically-
hurt. Yeah, that don't
we
hurt.
put
Don't
it
worry.
on the riser. So we also did we put a bead of it all on the top before we put the
That stuff never
OSB.
dries, man. It's like
Never dries.
It's like rubber, man.
Now,
It's awesome.
is your platform coupled to your walls, or did you leave a little bit of a gap between your platform bill and your drywall?
So I wanted to leave a gap because that's everything I read, right? Like, don't
Yeah.
couple it to the walls. And that was sort of a compromise. My buddy with his construction stuff, he was more comfortable doing it that way, attaching it to the walls. And one huge thing, I can say this too, you know, when you're starting a theater build, you kind of have to make the decision, and most people will probably not choose what I did just for family reasons, but, you know, do you want sound isolation? Do you want this bass and everything to be, which I know the not attaching the riser helps your performance in the theater, but by attaching it, you are decreasing a little bit of that performance, and you're also transferring that energy
Right
into the rest
wall.
of the house, right?
Yeah.
Mhm.
So if you're trying to isolate, you know, definitely do all the things you can to isolate. I don't have that problem. Like I said, my building's weird, and I'm here by myself, and I have my little boy half the time, and so I did not
Yeah.
start this project at any time thinking I needed sound isolation. I also don't live near another home, really.
Yeah, it's
so it-
nice, but not the end of the world. But it's nice.
Yeah.
That's
I would have liked to have uncoupled it, but in the end, we just
Yeah.
that's how it went, and we just moved on with it. So.
right.
So what is this up here that you put up here?
So we built, I wanted soffits. I just thought
Okay.
it would be cool, right? So, and that's, you know, another challenge of attaching to, you know, people with normal ceilings and
Yeah.
trusses up there, right? You're just
Mhm.
attaching them to that. Had none of that. So we basically had to design these where they're still heavy, but we had to do them in sections, try to reduce the weight. And if I remember right, we just basically French cleated them to the wall.
Okay, not a
So-
bad idea
So
though.
we would run boards. Yeah, my walls are my studs are metal studs too. They're not wood studs. But we basically ran wood up there attached to the studs, and then we came back and attached those sections of the soffit to that to that board that we added. So
So did you put the French cleat like in the middle of that, or did you put it up? Did you have to lift the ceiling tile up to slide it down onto the French cleat?
it was a pain, man.
Yeah.
The way
Trust me, I built soffits myself, and I pieced them to where, like, the first one that I did, I built kind of like a box like this, and I'm by myself, so you can imagine me
Oh.
trying to lift the first piece up. I literally had to use a joist and a ratchet strap to raise it up and get it into place and hold it to where I can get the first one started. So trust me, I know where you're at with this
Yeah.
because that took me. I mean, I had a piece of soffit hanging from the roof for like 3 days trying to figure out how I'm going to get this damn thing. I had the eye hooks on it. I had everything. It was crazy. And then after that, once you get that one up there, then you can start building off of it all the way around. But
Sure.
the first one was a pain in the ass. So I
Absolutely.
understand where you're at.
And I'll say, you know, I've mentioned several times the downsides of my ceiling and the way that my house is built, that it's, you have to get creative to bear weight on anything. But the upside is you open that tile and you got all the room in the world to work, right? Which a lot of people
Yeah,
don't
for
have
sure.
that.
Yeah.
So we're able, you pop tiles down and you got all, as much height as you need to be grabbing and moving and working. So yeah,
Mhm.
we would move those tiles out as we needed to get it hung and put the tile back in and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Pretty cool, man. I like the details it did with the build thread here. Look at that. I got the nice projector box back there. That's pretty
Oh,
cool.
very nice. Yeah.
So what were the soffits made out of? Like 1/4 plywood?
That is, I think that's half inch MDF, if I remember
Okay.
right.
Yeah.
It's definitely MDF. I can't remember. I think the 3/4. That's what I was wanting at first, and I had it in my head
Yeah.
that would be improved density, just for sound reasons. But it was heavy, man. So we just cut it down to
Oh,
half
yeah.
inch.
The 3/4 inch. Especially spans like that.
Yes,
Mhm.
big weight difference between half
Mhm.
inch and 3/4.
Yeah. Yeah.
So now we're getting into some nitty gritty here. Look at this.
Yeah, that was me getting to hang my screen for the first time, which this was still early on in the build, but I was happy to see it up there.
For sure, for sure. So you did all of this work yourself, right? You didn't contract. Did you contract out the electrical, or did you do all that yourself? How
Me
did
and my
that work?
buddy did everything in here except for the carpet.
Okay.
So, yeah, man. Like I said, huge props to Andy. Thank you, Andy.
I'd imagine he's got carte blanche to the theater, right?
Oh yeah, I told him I'll get the bar back in service on the other side of the room. I'm gonna have a plaque there with the seat, reserved for him.
Very good, very good. That's the JVC on the chief mount, the micro chief mount, right?
Yeah. We had to build, like I say, another weight issue, right? So, I was almost getting to the point I was just gonna let it sit on a shelf, upright, but went back to the ceiling mount option with that
Yeah.
mount. And
I
we
see
just
what you did here, because like I said, I had to find this same thing because my cross beams ran the wrong way, and it was too small. So
Yeah.
it was like I had to get creative myself. I had to put
Absolutely.
them, so I understand what you did, what you got going on here. I even got pictures of myself hanging from the box to
Yeah.
make sure that the projector was my NZ8 wasn't going to fall.
Yeah.
Sure.
I can see you doing that.
Mhm.
I can see that.
For sure. So getting them all tuned. Oh, there we go. And now we're taking some character here. You got the
Yeah.
side surrounds in. Built little columns out of the MDF too, right?
We did. That's right.
So are these angled, or are they just rectangle?
No angles on those. Yeah, they're all
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good. And then
Yeah,
we
but
got
they're pretty shallow. I mean, the way my room worked out, so those speakers, the front stage, like I said, is JTR, and everything else in here is Triad, and I did get those from Steven. And those are in walls, and so we basically just built the columns.
Right, the gold or silver, or
Let's see, none of them are gold. I think some of them are silver and some of them are bronze. And then the overheads with his design to be able to make it work, those are what they call rotating sats.
that's the Sat 9s.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
So
Those are great. It has a little laser beam
yeah,
on.
pretty cool, man. Yeah, I
Yeah,
like those
you can
work.
rotate that whole box. Yeah. I do like those. Yeah, those
Yeah.
are pretty nice.
So the front wides are a different speaker. They're Triads. I don't remember the name, but they're the ones that kind of have the wedge look to them.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
that way they're mounted straight like that, but the speaker is the way the speaker design is. It's wedged back towards your ear.
Yeah,
that's this section right here, right?
That's
the
right.
wide.
That's right.
And then you got two sets of side surrounds.
That's correct. Yeah. One for each
So
row.
one for each row, and then
Oh, I know which one you're
Definitely.
using. It's like the speakers at an angle in the baffle. It was designed to be used at the ceiling as an LCR.
Yes,
but
that's
you
right.
on the side on the. Okay,
That's right. Yeah. So one of them is a left and one of them is a right.
Omni. I think it's the Omni or something. Yeah,
Yeah, I can't think of the
yeah.
name right
It's a
now.
good speaker. Yeah, definitely a good speaker.
So- I've not seen this before. I've seen people do the step up, right?
Mhm.
But I've not seen people do put their rear surrounds. Is this something that he suggested, or was this just a limitation that you had here?
So that was per his design, and I do think that he
Really?
had them. They were supposed to be angled downwards a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
and when the good thing about this build is it took so long that I had a lot of time to think, and I had a lot of time to, hey, maybe I make a big purchase like seats or a Mad VR, and I've got time to recoup before I do something else. But the bad thing about a really long build is me and my buddy get back together after a little while. It's been a little while since we're working, and we get to building, and we kind of forget what we talked about last time.
Right,
So-
right.
So the rear speakers are not angled downwards; they're flat, and that's on me. But that was the height of the original design for them to be mounted there. So
Interesting.
Hey, he knows better than me, so I'm not saying I'm not
that is
questioning
probably
his
a
design.
compromise of
you
some
know.
sort. I'm sure. I think in a perfect world that placement probably would be a little bit different, but
I like that they're tight like that too, because mine are a little bit out wider.
Mhm.
Than what I wanted, because I got a door in my way too. So I like the fact that those are symmetrical on the sides of the door like that.
right.
So those are pretty good. So what are you daisy chaining the side surrounds, or do you have do you have a trend off with a higher count?
No trend off. Maybe one day. So that is something I learned new from Steven. So the first row and second row side surrounds are arrayed together. So I have a Denon AVR 6700H. And
Okay.
it allows you, I think, but everything is externally amplified with Outlaw amps. I just have
Okay.
it. I bought the Denon, then I upgraded and I started doing the Outlaw amps, and I haven't made it to a point I can't do Trenov or Storm at the moment.
Right.
But so like I said, the two left side surrounds and are tied together on the same
Okay.
channel.
All right.
And same with the right side, and then with the
You're just splitting that channel out, or you're just daisy chaining through the amp.
Correct.
I may say something wrong here, but basically, they're individually wired up to the point that it goes to the amp, and then I have them tied in together, going into a single channel
Okay.
on the amp.
So separate amp channels, but the same
Input
signal
and the
coming out.
Low levels, line level signal is being
Mhm.
That's right. So you're
Yep.
getting the exact same signal on the two left side surrounds and the two right side surrounds
Gotcha.
are outputting, in pairs, the same signal. And I have a set of overheads that are done the same way.
Okay. Very good.
But that allowed me to maxed out my channel output on the Denon. It allowed me to have 17 speakers and 2 subs in this room off of that Denon. I say the subs. That's coming off of the mini DSP too. But
Mid-Atlantic Essex rack.
He's got the same rack I got.
oh yeah,
I got the same one too.
Yep.
The Essex.
It came palletized just like that.
I like it, man. Yeah. I'm a fan of it so far.
Yeah.
My cable management definitely needs some work, but it's a good rack.
It's a
So
good rack.
so while I'm showing the picture of the screen here, what screen did you go with? Is that Stewart?
It is. At my old place, I had this same frame. I think it's called the Wall Screen Deluxe, the black velvet frame of the screen. So I got another one of those and swapped out the fabric that was non-transparent, and this is it's a Stewart Studio Tech G4.
130 G4.
And it's that's right. It's ST
Studio
130.
Tech 130
Yeah.
G4.
Micro
right.
perf, right?
And
Micro
this one is called Ultra Perf, and I don't know if
Yep.
y'all have any experience with that, but
Yeah, I do, considering I got the same one hanging in my theater.
oh, well, there you go. I took a gamble on that. I don't have anywhere around here that I can demo stuff like this, and
For
I
sure.
talked to some different people online and salesmen and all that kind of stuff. So I wasn't exactly sure about the Ultra Perf versus the micro or a woven screen or whatever. But I mean, to my eyes, I know everybody's different. You know, some people say they see what the glittering effect.
Moyer effect, the Moyer
Yeah.
effect.
I
Yeah,
have-
I've
haven't seen
only used the Ultra Perf once. I ended up always using the Micro Perfects too.
Yeah.
But it looks good if it's the right application. Yeah.
For sure.
I like it.
I'm not sure if I got the micro perf or the ultra perf. I'm not sure. I'd have to go back and look to see which one I got. But I do have the G4 with the 1.4 gain.
Yeah.
1.3, right?
1.3, 1.4, I think it is.
I never got a clear answer on what the gain of if the Ultra Perf was any different. I feel like it's not readily available to know for sure exactly what that gain was. But
So now this is the exterior going into the theater now. Like you said, you got your rack up here now.
that's right.
You got all the wires. I like how you had all the wires come down low and then hidden under here. Do the wires come up from the ceiling? I mean, excuse me, from the floor underneath the riser here?
Yeah. So there's we ran my breaker panel is unfortunately behind my left speaker.
Right, yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
behind
way
the
up in the
false
front.
wall.
Yeah.
It is you know, if anybody's watching this that's building things in a city where an inspector comes, you know, my rules do not apply. But so we added new circuits. So there's 3 new 20 amp circuits
There you go.
that go underneath that rack, so that way I could divisionalize or, you know, split apart that load. They're coming up from the riser.
So you got the carpet color there that you went going with. Those are like carpet squares, or are they
That was just a picture to show what it looked like.
okay.
It's standard carpet or whatever. I mean, it's nice carpet. I will say again that, like I mentioned earlier, when you go so long, you forget things. And this color or the carpet is the carpet that I wanted, but the color, I wound up telling them the wrong color by accident because it's a very similar name. It was like one of them is After Dark and one of them was called Dark Room, and I really wanted one. And then a year later, when I finally told them I wanted it, I told them the wrong name. So, so this is, I mean, it's fine. I don't hate it. It's not like it's, you know, a drastic color difference, but this one is a little bit more kind of blue, charcoaly gray color. And the other one that I wanted had a little bit of brown to try to tie in some of the brown panels and different stuff that I had in the room. But, you know,
So you did the whole bull nose on the steps too. I was considering doing that. Yeah.
It's I think that's red oak. If I haven't stained them yet, actually, that's another thing I've got left to do. But
Carpet looks good. I like the carpet.
yeah, it's nothing wrong with it. You know, it's just once if you have an idea of what you thought you wanted, and then it's not exactly, you know, you mess up, you just kind of got to live with it. But yeah, no, it looks fine. Nobody else but me cares.
Yeah, I hate when that happens because you're literally the only one, and
the only one. But every time I walk in, I'm thinking, damn, that's the wrong.
I see that little divot in the trim where I swung wide.
Chuck told me something which was wise. He was like, "You're the only one that knows you messed up, so don't say it."
That's
true.
You're the only one that knows you messed up.
I tell you
so
what.
all these are wrapped in. Are these wrapped in velvet for
that
your?
Is that's Psy Fabrics triple black velvet, and
okay.
that was a pain in the ass. Also, to be honest, getting that adhered to the MDF. The soffits are worse because of gravity, basically. But
so you wrapped the soffits in velvet too.
We did. So anything that wasn't needed to be acoustically transparent, I used that black velvet. You know, that would have been
stapled in black magic markered.
Dude, yeah, we used a 3M spray adhesive, and it was a mess. Yeah.
Super 77.
Yes. It's not a fun. That was also one of the worst days, I think.
You have a nice headache the next morning.
Oh yeah. We
smelling it all day long.
Wear a mask, but you feel it on your arm hairs, and your shoes are sticky. All that, man, it's terrible.
Dude, I used to carpet speaker boxes with that.
Yeah,
stuff.
It works. It's good stuff.
Works. Yeah, I was gonna say once it goes on, man.
Yeah.
You're pulling wood off.
Well, there was I did have an issue with the MDF. We had to redo parts. It didn't stay.
Oh,
the
really?
first time.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. But
Yeah, well, the MDF, if it's not cleaned off really good, the
Yeah.
MDF fiber, it doesn't adhere. The glue doesn't adhere.
sure,
Makes it
I
a
was
little
wondering if
difficult.
it was absorbing it too much before it dried on the surface or
And
something.
you got to wipe it down real good, and then also if and like on the edge, it doesn't tack. You almost have to fill it in
Okay.
with glue first, and then put another layer of glue on top of
I
it.
got you. Okay.
So
Yeah.
for your panels here that you got, I see you got some brown in here, so that's probably why you wanted to go with the brown, right?
Yeah, I wanted to. I didn't want it to be all black. I kind of wanted
Right.
a little bit of both worlds.
So
Is
for
that a
this,
track?
did
Is that
you
a
use
track
fabric
system?
track? Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to ask. Was it fabric
I-
track,
Is that a
or did
panel?
you just build the panel?
That was kind of my original plan, was a fabric track, but then that's kind of another thing with Steven's designs is the way that he does the columns and everything. I mean, sure, if you want to use fabric track, go for it, but it also allows for you to not use it. So, I mean, in a way, I saved money by not, that fabric track's not cheap.
No, not at all.
And me and my buddy had never used it either. I'm not sure we could have figured it out. We could have worked on it and got a hold of it, but we just wound up ditching the fabric track and
Just building
also
panels.
yeah. And you were talking earlier about making panels and putting liquid nails or adhesive or something on the back and sticking it to the wall.
Mhm.
Originally, I was going to do that too, but we wound up just friction fitting all of these, so any of
Yeah.
these could be pried out.
Well, if you can friction fit, just do like some. If it sits that good, sometimes you can get away with just doing like industrial Velcro.
Sure, and yeah, I'm a big fan of Velcro if I can use it. So
Yeah, I mean, if that in some applications it just works, and you
Mhm.
can pull it
That
off and
seat,
get to
man,
it.
that seat looks awesome. What seat is that?
that is the Row 1 Calvary. Took a chance on those two. I wanted the minimal look, and also this is everybody's going to have different preferences on this, but I wanted, since I tried so hard to have good sound and everything, I didn't want the big comfy fluffy
Backrest.
backrest that's blocking sound. So
Mhm.
I'm used to kind of sitting, which these have a raisable headrest, but I'm used to my head and neck being clear of the headrest, so I went with those seats.
I got a big ass head, so I need some support back there. My neck starts to hurt.
Yeah, big head.
Oh man.
So
And those pictures too, if you were able to zoom in on the lines, like on those black panels, you can see that line don't look straight, does it? Like the bottom one is sticking out to me right now. Like there's issues there where the duct board started kind of pushing out or something.
Did you
okay.
make the panel-
From the friction fit.
Did
Yeah.
you make a wood frame or did you just wrap the panel?
At that point, we were using just like we ripped 2x4s to 2 inches and framed it out and was doing that. And we found that, hey, no matter how hard we tried, really the pine is not going to give you a crisp, good line. We just couldn't get it straight enough. So that wall actually ended up, we took all that down and we rebuilt all the panels with plywood instead. And that gave a very crisp line to it. It maybe not.
And did you say any edge or do like a pencil radius or an edge detail on the frame so that when you
Like
that
a
can help
beveled edge or
alleviate
something
some of
like that.
offset, if you do like a pencil radius on both panels or like a that way when the two panels meet you don't quite see the offset so much as opposed to a straight edge.
I got you. Like I originally was gonna, or are you talking about kind of like if you had a beveled edge, it would kind of.
Yeah, you can do a bevel,
Yeah.
the bevel, but yeah, or at least if you want to put two panels together, and you want them having it straight, if one's off a little bit, but if you do like just a eased edge or a pencil radius edge, it helps hide
Okay.
that transition.
Where were you a year and a half ago?
He was right there.
Yeah.
Right there for you.
Far away.
Yeah.
All right, now we got
Hey,
some
not bad.
progression
I'm
here.
looking
Look
at
at
the
this.
build, and I mean, you did a good job of it.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
Huge.
So the wides, the left and right,
Mhm.
are they the 212s?
Yeah. 212 HTRs. I
And
think
then the
no,
middle is the 210?
212 RT.
Okay, and then the middle is the 10s.
Yeah, the middle one is the 212 also, but that's the HTR model, and
Okay,
this is carried over from my last build, or else I would have matched my center speaker. Um,
same
So-
driver, same tweeter, same
it's
setup.
the same speaker, it's
Mhm.
just a different dimension, basically. That's what I was told.
And then you
Um,
got the two RS2s,
That's right.
two RS2s right
Yeah,
there.
I'm not
Those
familiar with
those
all those.
things. That's the JTR.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's what Michael has in his room. That's what those are pretty heavy. What a compression drivers, right?
Yeah,
For the,
true compression horn drivers. Yeah.
Compression horn drivers for the JTR.
Yeah, Youth Man. When I started watching him, really enjoyed his home theater tours and all that kind of stuff. And
Mhm.
when he was really big on the JTR stuff, that was about the time I was ready to buy something. And I took a chance. I didn't know anybody around here that had them, so I just went ahead and went with it and enjoyed them so far.
That's cool.
I mean, they got some output. I mean, I might choose something different in the future just to know the difference. But
Yeah, no, I mean we've been to M Wave a couple times with JTR. I mean, you can't hurt them. You
Yeah.
can push whatever you want at them. You can't hurt them, man. You know. And I guess this is what you were talking about. You ripped down some 2x4s and built out these panels, right?
yeah, so this is where we're starting to build the screen wall panels. So
For the underside of the speakers here and
or
stuff like that.
like
Yep.
when you look at the screen now and you just see black around
Mm-hmm.
the screen. So we framed out the screen wall, and then that other picture was us getting started building the first. So all around, I have 4 large panels that are wrapped in acoustic fabric,
Okay.
black fabric around the screen. So I can take the left side down, the right side down, and the top and bottom. I can take those down to get into everything.
Looks awesome, man. You did a fantastic job for sure.
Thanks.
I like the 2 little lights that shine on the screen too. That's cool.
Yeah. No. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
all
did
the
good with your
accent
lighting
light
too. What
is
light
great.
fixtures you end up using?
Man, these are Amazon Chinese
stuff?
specials.
The
yeah,
little
I can't-
pucks.
Yeah,
Well,
they're
they don't
just,
have they don't have the whole big back to them, right?
That's right. These are
Yeah.
not like the old style.
Mhm.
These are thin. Yeah, they just have like spring clips. The screen wash ones are, I think you call that a gimbal, like where you can.
The wall washer.
Angle
Well,
it.
yeah, it's either it has a gimbal or the trim is at an angle.
Yeah,
At
I think
a-
you can adjust it, but
Oh,
and
okay.
then the little task lights that are around, those
Hey,
don't.
not bad. I'm telling you. Pretty cool.
Oh, that was me asking people, is this normal when I'm doing a demo with bass? Is it supposed to shake the screen this hard? And everybody was like, man, just put on, this was before I had my projector hung back up and I could actually see video. So I was all worried about that. And then they were like, hey, just wait till you get your projector up there. You got video on there, and then tell me if you even care. When there's an explosion on the screen and it does that, are you even going to see it, or do you care? So that was it was not the problem I thought it would be.
Yeah. Those JTRs definitely have some umph to them.
They
Yeah,
do
a little output. Yeah.
just a little.
Is the subwoofers decoupled from that front wall?
So they are not attached to anything around
Okay.
on the wall or whatever. And then I went back later and added. I just cut that 2-inch duct board and put that down as an isolation pad underneath the subs. And I think I have them. I have the same thing under
Okay.
each speaker back there.
That's what I'm trying to get back to, that picture now that you had the front stage with the subwoofers. Let's see. Because look, I mean, when we do the tour, there's not going to be a whole lot to see, right?
Yeah, and you've seen it.
That's why I'm spending all this time on the
Yeah, sure.
build thread, because I know that it's all fabric behind and everything else like that. So, but we'll definitely still going to do the walk around.
Sure. I'll show you. I ain't going to show you what's on the other side of that room right now.
No, that's fine, man.
That ain't show worthy,
Understandable.
but I will step outside and show you about the progress that I have on the front entry, and then I've got half of my movies out so far, and y'all are probably gonna, you're gonna think, man, what is this dude doing? That's because it's half my collection, but
Where the
I'll
heck
show
is
you
this?
kind of what I'm planning
go.
on out there.
Yeah.
So you got so the subwoofers are just sitting. So this is just this part of the theater. There's no riser, correct?
That's right. That's ground floor. Yeah,
Yeah. So so you did what you so what you said was you wound up putting some duckboard
I did.
underneath of them.
Yeah,
Okay.
just cut out the 2-inch duckboard and set the subs on top.
Little decouple panel for you.
Yeah.
All right. And then you wound up getting 3 of those seats. How do you like the row 1 seats there? I mean, we sat in them at M-Wave. I mean, they seem to be really nice.
I
mean,
like those really well. Yeah.
I could see people loving them or hating them. You know, I mean, it's it is a
That's
different.
like a fabric. It's a fabric, right?
I went with fabric. I went back and forth on that. I had a leather media sofa in my last place, and I thought, you know what, I feel like I might just like a fabric option this time around. So
Yeah.
so they do have it in black leather, and this is called charcoal fabric. And I will say, I mean, I'm not complaining, but it definitely it looks blue in real life, and even in the pictures, I think it's a really dark blue color instead of kind of a charcoaly gray black color.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm enjoying.
I
it so
like them.
far.
I like them, man.
Yeah,
I
it's
think they
good.
look good.
I like them.
And you know, actually, I mean, leather's nice, but actually, fabric actually has a little bit better. It's not absorb sound too, so a little bit better
Sure.
than the leather. Leather is kind of diaphragmatic and it reflects.
So let's go through your rack here while we got it. So you got
Yeah, this is probably I've probably made some
Number
changes.
10 belt
since then.
switch there at the top.
Oh yeah. I'll show it on the tour too. I'll step
Yeah, sure.
outside and
Hey.
show y'all what it looks
You
like.
got the Xbox rack, custom
Oh,
rack shelf. I see that.
Mhm.
the Envy. Is that the core?
That is the core, and then I went with that extra premium upgrade that they sell as a
Mhm.
software upgrade. So that was a major purchase for me. That the
Mhm.
seats, the
Zoom
speakers,
in on that.
and
So we can-
VR, those were big purchases.
Is that the Panasonic
I can't
820?
That's right. Yeah, that's my go-to. And then above it is a little. It's a Sony that I had ordered as a region free, so I
Okay.
can watch other region Blu-rays in case the Panasonic. Sometimes Panasonic can do it, sometimes it can. So
Right.
have that one on standby.
That's cool.
And then AC Infinity.
Got those in there.
You got to have that for the Denon, man. The AC Infinity.
Oh yeah.
That thing will fry eggs if you don't but I tell you what, because I have the 6300, right?
Mhm.
And when I put that AC Infinity, well, before I put it on there, that thing was super hot. But as soon as I put that AC Infinity fan on there, and for the amount of money that those cost, like $100, $120, gosh, man, it made such a difference.
Yeah.
I mean, it is worth every penny. I mean, before I couldn't even put my hand on the top of the Denon, and then after I put that AC Infinity fan on there, it was so cool to the touch. I mean, just crazy what a difference those AC Infinity fans make.
Yeah, absolutely. So all those are rear exhaust, and then y'all said you have the same rack as me, so it
Mhm.
included those top exhaust fans. So that the intention is to exhaust that towards the back and then up out of the rack.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had any temperature problems so far.
Nice. And it looks like you said you went with all Outlaws.
Yeah,
Nice.
carried those over from my last build. I've enjoyed those so far. I mean, I feel like American made, and for the price, I mean, I feel like they're affordable for people who want to go external lamps and get a pretty good bit of power.
And what's the ones down the bottom? Are that
So
What's
those
the
are the Croson amps for the actuators that
okay?
I have.
So you got Crosons also.
Okay.
Big purchase number 5 or whatever.
Yeah, those aren't cheap.
Yeah.
They ain't
They're
cheap,
not-
but let me
they
tell
are
you,
not cheap.
very well made.
That's nice.
We did 15 chairs with Crowsun on all of them, and they were amazing.
Awesome. Yeah, they're not cheap, but they're very nice.
Very
And,
well made.
Anybody interested, man? That's
That is the tactile transducer out there that does the best job.
yeah, it's good stuff.
Absolutely.
So this
Yeah,
is
the
just
automatic
showing some
door
of
box. There it is.
There's your automatic door.
Yeah.
bottom right there.
Okay.
That looks like a,
$174. That's not bad.
yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, I use a very similar one. Zero makes them. Company starts with a B. They make them. Yeah, and that's your door seal, right? Right.
That's
Yeah.
right. And then,
Yeah.
so I had bought this automatic closer
Mhm.
from Home Depot originally, thinking that would actually work. And this
Man.
hoss of a door, dude,
Yeah, no, they don't work
it
as
was
good
never
as
going to happen. And also the height of my projector box being directly above the door, there was no
Yeah.
way to mount it on the inside of the
Big
room.
ass hinge.
Look at
Yeah,
that
there you go.
hinge.
Look at that.
Jesus.
There's bananas for
Damn.
those are crazy.
That is crazy. Look at that. Look at how far that pushes off that door. Jesus.
Yeah. Andy and I, we had a time getting this door to act right.
Yeah, I can imagine you did.
Wow.
There's
Yeah.
probably better ways to do it, but we didn't know them at the time. We made it work. But man,
Yeah, that thing swings way off.
see, this is this is before any of the extra stuff is added to the door.
Right.
So, but you had to, and on the inside right there, the acoustic treatment's not on either side of the door frame yet. So by the time you put all that in there to get that door to open, without crushing anything,
You had to swing it way out. Yeah, I
That's
see
right.
what you're saying. Yeah. And this is on the backside to even it out with the rest of the theater.
That's right.
You built that out. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna have to do the same thing.
Yeah, and we just made that. We put those little Z clips. I had a bunch of those extra from other stuff I'd gotten before, and we just used that as cleats to install that on the door. And I used a metal shower bar handle. I wanted to kind of go a little oversized, with a little ridiculous on the handle, so I found that.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. I like that.
Custom handle. Custom
Yep.
titanium.
A lot of people use the shower handle.
Yeah,
And then, man, look at the rock wool in there. Jeez.
yeah.
Dang.
Stuff
dude.
that thing.
Yeah, there
That's
you go.
crazy.
Actually, it's kind of artistic, just like that.
Yeah, I know. I was like, man, that looks like the dune worm coming at me.
Let me just fold this over down in here and I'll
Yeah.
Yep, goes this way.
You got creative with it. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Heck
That's
yeah.
great. So this
Yeah, we
this
do. I did. That's a very good way. I've done a lot of baffle walls just like that, and it does the trick.
I mean, it's a large cavity back there, and it's just
Yeah.
get all the insulation you can and fill it up.
Mhm.
One gigantic bass trap.
Not too proud of the way that looks, but this is not a good use of acoustic fabric. I wouldn't recommend it because this is not even what you're seeing once it's done. But I had a lot of extra, instead of buying the roll of landscape fabric or whatever to just kind of help contain that.
Oh, you're not going to see it anyway, so it
No.
didn't matter, right?
So I
It's just,
just
to keep the fibers from coming out, right?
That's
You
right.
know?
That's all I
Yeah.
did. And I had extra. I stapled that around it and called it a day. Moved on.
Now, for the speakers, did you just laid it right on top of the speakers? I was considered building like a shelf to kind of keep it.
I
off
thought
the,
about
off
it.
the speakers.
Yeah. At that day in particular, I was kind of, that was just I want to get in here and get this done and move on.
For sure.
Yeah,
Look,
well,
So
I
no
understand that.
extra shelves, nothing. I just
Yeah.
went in there and started layering it.
I mean, look at the final product. I mean, it looks
Yeah.
phenomenal. I'm sure that screen looks like it's just floating in midair, right? When you
It's,
cut those lights off.
Oh yeah. I'm
That's cool.
big fan of the, anybody, if you can black velvet or whatever you can do around the screen, man, do it.
That's the best way. Yeah.
Mhm.
Makes such a big difference.
Yeah. What you did there is that's perfect. I mean, that's what you want right there. The focal point is the screen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like this is the outdoor area, a little bar area going in there.
Yeah. I wouldn't quite call it a ticket booth, but it's just kind of it's a booth of sorts that I have built out there. And I have a custom sign for my theater name and logo and everything that lit up, and I'm going to install that on the front of that booth.
Oh, I like that padding that you added on the back here. That looks nice.
Man, I went back and forth on what I was going to do with that, and that wound up just being like that's like a car or a boat type upholstery fabric, basically.
This outside the theater.
This is outside, yes.
Okay.
So we just built out another frame similar as we did on the inside of the theater, and just
Okay.
wrapped it in that fabric and put it up on there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks nice. That definitely looks cool, man. You
That's
did a
kinda dark.
fantastic job with that. That looks really nice.
Yeah, appreciate it.
I have to go read. I have to go look at this for him because I would
Oh,
love
wow.
to read all the.
Look at this.
Yeah, there you go. Just a couple of movies, man. Just a few.
Just
Oh
a
my
few.
goodness.
Just a few.
Yeah.
You're like those guys on TikTok. You got Blade Runner 2040? Yep, I got it right here. You got this one right? Yep, I got it right there.
I'm your guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like to tell people that I've moved on from. I'm not just a movie watcher or whatever. I'm like an archivist or something now. I'm just like, you know, if the world just if crashes tomorrow and we need to rebuild film history, I got you.
So, how many movies do you think you have there? Do you have an idea?
I log them on an app because I learned the hard way that
You
get
buy
to
them
see
twice?
movies, you buy them twice. So I log every one of them, and I'm approaching 7,000 at this point.
Wow.
Jesus.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
That's a lot.
It is.
Oh my gosh. That's
it's
all.
something.
That's probably that's not even a quarter of the collection then.
That's a little less than half, and then on the other side of the wall, I've got so much junk in the outside of the theater where it was a construction site while we were building, and I have a lot of stuff. When I moved back here, I just kind of piled it in here and said, "Hey, one of these days I'm going to get out here and sort and process and figure out what I'm doing with everything." So that room was terrible, so I'm having to work on it in sections as I move stuff around. So
That's crazy.
finally got the opposite wall painted and working on getting a second set of shelves like that over on the other side to put the rest of them up.
Can I make a suggestion?
Absolutely, yeah.
Buy another Panasonic before the laser goes out in yours. If you got
Dude.
7,000 movies,
You know what? I
Yeah.
have thought about that. Absolutely.
before they stop making them, man, because you never
Yeah.
know.
I have
You
thought
know, I was looking the Sony UBPX 800 M2. Now, this same Blu-ray Sony's been making for a couple of years now. That thing is selling at Best Buy for $498. Last year it sold for $350.
right.
It came out at like $249.
You're having difficulty getting optical drives. That's what we talked about the other day,
Yeah.
right? So prices are gonna-
$500 for
Yeah.
same model. They've had
Yeah.
3 years now. Has gone up $100 almost every year.
Yeah, prices.
Last year.
You know,
$500.
you're having difficulty finding optical drives to go in these devices now. So yeah, that's why I'm suggesting. You know, I'm not trying to jinx you, but
No.
you know, just trying to.
It's not a
I'm
matter
trying
of
to- I'm
if.
try-
It's
I'm-
a matter
I'm trying
of
to-
when.
Yeah, I'm trying to doomsday prep you.
I agree with you. Yeah, as like
Yeah.
you said about the price increase. I mean, I've had that 820 for several years now, and I think I got it at what 300. I think it was $300. I think when I was able to get it on like a Black Friday sale or something, and now like if you can get one, they're probably $500 or more.
Yeah, I have to buy one for a client. I'm looking and I'm like $500. I'm like,
Yeah.
holy shit, man! I was like,
That's wild.
I wasn't expecting to spend $500 for an 800 M2, man.
No,
Love the red carpet, like the rope here.
Yeah, I like
Thank
that.
That looks great. Yeah, that
Yeah,
looks
for
amazing.
sure. So for the is that a digital movie board? Or
yeah,
is
it's a TV. Yeah. So I don't have all that set up the way I want it right now, but that is an image I generated with my logo and everything. But
Oh, okay.
the intent is to eventually have some way where, hopefully on my phone, like I've had people over and we're gonna watch a certain movie. I'd love to have it just on my phone where I can have.
There's a free app for that, dude.
Is there?
Movieposter.com.
Okay.
Yep.
Like if I could just sync it to the TV and just
All
like
you need is a little mini computer for like
Yeah.
$100-$200. You can put and a wireless keyboard and a mouse. You'll
Okay.
be good. Yep.
that's what. Yeah, that's another
Yeah, you-
project.
Yeah. So it'll take you 10 minutes to put it up.
Okay.
Yep.
Man, very nice.
Yeah, this is kind of getting towards the end of the build thread. No, not many more updates after this, but
Yeah. So let's take an actual look at the theater then. Let's see
Yeah.
if we can-
let's see if I
Are
can
you
do this without
Are you able to turn the lights up a little bit brighter, or let me
Yeah.
make sure I'm not missing some questions here?
Do you have any type of lighting control or what do you use it for control?
So yeah, that's another thing I'm trying to work on. But right now, I'm using Google Home just with some voice stuff, and I don't have any of the kind of detailed lighting routines that I want right now. But I have some Lutron Caseta switches
Mm-hmm.
And then I have the Google Home, so I mean I can tell it to do certain things, and dim and turn this and all, whatever. But I would like in the near future to be able to have it set up where, if I say whatever, whatever code word I want to use, I'd like the lights to start from the back and move towards the front to where ultimately the screen wash comes on to show you the screen, kind of direct your eye to the screen when you come in. I just haven't figured out all that yet. And there's some LED lights. I want to add cove lighting around the ceiling with some LED. I've got some Govee M1, I think, LED strips that I can use. Just haven't added that. But yeah, I'd love to have a whole kind of effect to just slowly kind of go around the room as it lit up. So right now I just tell it to turn stuff on and it just, 100% comes on. But
What are you using for theater control, like for remote control?
well, right now I have about 8 remotes sitting next to me. I bought a Sofa Baton X1S. It's probably been 2 years now, right? I bought it for the project and the theater took so long to build. Now they got a new model out, but I still want to play around with it and see if it will meet my needs. I know it probably doesn't meet everybody's, but I don't really see myself personally needing something like Control 4 or those type things, but maybe one day. But yeah, right now.
Yeah, I mean, look, if it's only you using it, right, you don't need I mean, for me, I have the Kaleidoscape app. I have you should have the app for your Denon, right? So you should be able to control it through your phone.
Sure.
You got your lights through your phone. The only thing that you don't, that you got to press play on your Blu-ray player, right?
Right.
And then, once you turn your projector on and your Mad VR on, that's it. You're not touching it.
Yeah, I mean, I got my little quick. I can fire it up, easily enough. But you're right. If this was, if you have a theater designed in mind where your wife or your kids or something's going to come in here, they could not do the things that I'm doing right now, right? I mean, they just
trust me. My wife has called me several times. How do I do this?
So, one touch command or whatever. Yeah, that would be awesome. But
I mean, you could probably like you said, Home Assistant, maybe like a jelly. What do they call that, Paul?
Jellyfin?
Jellyfin or jelly. No, the little controllers that they use. I can't remember what.
Raspberry
Pi. That's it. Raspberry Pi.
Yeah.
Stuff like that. But you gotta learn all that. So let me see. There were a couple more questions. Says I guess we were talking about the Owens Corning. It said wouldn't it be easier to cut a rectangle hole into the false ceiling panel and put the Owens Corning and glue it to the ceiling panel? Rather, I guess he was saying rather than taking like a whole sheet of plywood. I guess that definitely could have been a thing for sure.
Yeah, maybe. I think we were concerned with any of the weight bearing because that speaker's not light.
Yeah.
So we just kind of helped it with the plywood, and again the ceiling stuff was all phase 1, very beginning of the construction. Me and him was just getting our feet under us. So I feel like we were very efficient towards the end. In the beginning, we were kind of figuring things out. So yeah, I mean, there's probably better ways to do it, but
yeah, for sure.
It is what.
So I think we answered this. All the black layers, is felt. Yeah. So and then Chuck was talking about for this, just take the strips of foil.
Oh yeah, to make a
combo panel. Yeah.
Cheap diffusion panel. You can put foil in
for sure. So hopefully I didn't miss anybody's questions there. But yeah, if you could, do you want to try to turn the camera around and see if it'll work? Or
yeah. Let me see. It kept messing up on me earlier.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It might disconnect him, so we'll see if it does.
I tell you what, it's one thing I always like about looking at the show, and when we have guests like this, is look at their build. It's amazing just how just I look back at the history of this whole thing. How amazing these DIY theaters have gotten. They've gotten so sophisticated. To see this level is impressive for me, having kind of seen it through the last 30 years. So it shows you the amount that, these forums and these things like with the Facebook groups and everything, that has brought in more and more attention that, you see a little bit of, it's getting out. That's good. So it's good
Yeah,
to see.
the gap is the gap is narrowing, right?
The gap is narrowing. Yeah. I still feel like I'm happy I still got a job and I'm still doing good.
For sure.
But it is impressive seeing, the level of quality that's coming out of a lot of these DIY builds.
But Abe,
I'm
your
impressed.
your customers not like me or or like this guy here that wants to do it himself.
But
You know
it's
what I mean?
impressive. I'm
Yeah,
impressed
for
by
sure. For sure. Your customer's the guy that's, got the money and he's like, you know what? Just build it.
Just
You know what I
build,
mean?
yeah.
Same thing for anything, right? I mean, that
Absolutely.
goes for cars, that goes for everything.
What I'm seeing, I'm telling you, just because I'm looking at it from my perspective, it's very well done. I mean, it's like, it's very impressive. I'm seeing the level that I'm seeing. I don't see. Would there be things that do a little different? Sure, but for what I'm seeing, it's great that I'm seeing this level of quality come out of these
sure.
DIY projects. So
For
very
sure.
good.
Let me see if he's here. I think he just popped back in here. So
Yeah,
let's see
he
if
did.
there we go.
Hey.
Yeah, now we got
Okay.
you.
All right. Hey, I had to transition to my phone. It
Okay.
wouldn't let me do the back camera on the iPad, but
Not a problem. So are you able to turn your phone landscape way?
yeah. That any better?
There
There
you
you go.
go. Now we
Maybe.
got it. Yep.
All right. So yeah, I mean the pictures pretty much told the story, but I'll try to move here.
Yeah, the pictures look good.
Yeah. It looks great, man. It really does. That is
Yeah.
straight up
It do.
like I bet you it sounds amazing too.
I think it does so far myself. So yeah. We just
So if you we said the screen, just to reiterate, you got the 135-inch Stewart. Is that a 235 or is that a 240?
that is a 235.
Okay, so it's 2.35. We got two RS2
Any
JTRs.
lens, or use it any type of Panamorph lenses, or you just doing 235 setup out the JVC?
I do not have any lenses right now. I have wanted, if it'll work for me, to maybe another big purchase in the future would be that I forgot the model name now, but the one that would work for the JVC.
Panamorph.
Yeah, the Panamorph.
Yeah. So that's supposed to also help with bringing more brightness into it. If I remember,
because you'll be using more of the chipset to compress and then optically send out through the Panamorph.
Gotcha.
Just got to check your.
I have
throw
one. It's still in
distance.
the box.
You got to check your throw distance because you got to have a very specific throw distance.
Yeah.
The DCR, the big one, it's a better throw distance than the one that just hooks onto the lens of the JVC. So
I think somebody told me that there's possible you could get some barrel distortion.
Well, that's why you got to get some of those Panamorphs. It's been a while since I looked at Panamorphs, but you have a very, very specific window or exact specific spot you've got to put that to avoid that.
So your Mad VR can actually adjust for that, though. It should have an option.
But if you could get it there where it's optically correct before you use the Mad VR. But yes, that is true.
Yeah. So as far as like what we were talking about in the front stage, you got the 212s, basically the JTR. I know the center speaker is a little bit different, but it does have the 12-inch driver, the 212s there. And then it's a 135-inch screen, two RS2s for the subwoofers, right?
That's correct.
And then as far as
driver in those RS2s?
18s.
Yeah,
so that's 418. So it's dual 18s.
That's right.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, so 418s up front. And then do you have any subwoofers in the back at all or no?
I don't, and I wrestled with that, and I went back and forth to talk to Steven about it, and I wanted to add subs in the back, and I'll say this: I didn't really talk about it in the build, but when we built this wall, kind of early, probably the first picture you ever showed on my build thread before anything was built, there's a column that sticks out, and I based the depth of my room off of that column because I thought it looked like it was a good dimension. And then that way, when we built we added the wall,
Mhm.
everything would kind of be square, or whatever, right? It wouldn't have like part of a column sticking into the room or whatever. And if I had to do it over, I probably would have pushed this room probably another 2 feet back if my projector would allow it. Because that kind of it pushed me a little tight when you come in the door and all that, and it kind of limited if I wanted to add subs in the future in the back and all that kind of stuff.
So how far again is the room dimensions from the front screen wall to the just the baffle wall, the front screen wall to the
So let's
the
see,
back?
the drywall to drywall was about 23 feet,
Long.
give or
Okay,
take a
okay.
couple inches, 20 feet
Okay.
deep, 23 feet deep, and then there's 4 inches of treatment in the back, and then the screen wall, which the angles are a little bit different, but like where the screen is, I think is like 2 feet off of the wall, off of
24. Yeah, it looked about 24 or 28 inches.
yeah. So it's as far as like, yeah. I mean, my throw distance is probably, it's probably about 19 feet if I had to guess. I've got it written down somewhere, but it's something.
Yeah, so if it was 23 feet drywall to the front wall, you're probably at 21 feet because the projector's 2 feet, basically 24 inches long
Or
19 inches long. I think it might be something like
Okay.
that.
yeah, I
Yeah,
can't
so
remember.
so you got plenty of throw distance there.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. For
I had
sure.
to max out my vertical lens shift. That was something that I wasn't expecting. I think I calculated something wrong before I ever got into the build. So to be able to open the door and to walk in without any issues and have the JVC up above me, that kind of messed it up. I wanted the screen height to be proper, for first row and second row, and I wound
Right.
up. I think I had to raise it probably 2 inches or so more than I originally wanted to, for the first row viewing and I had to max out the vertical shift on the JVC. It's as far down as it can go to line up on the screen.
Well, how tall are your ceilings?
It's 9 foot, but yeah, when you're up here on the back row, this is 15 inches off of the ground.
Right. But your ceiling is 9 foot where the soffit is, right?
So let me step down here. So like if I'm at screen level, so this is ground. The first row of seats are on the ground floor.
Right.
And that is 9 feet
To the soffit.
to
That's the same as mine. So, and then I have a 10 foot for the my ceiling's 10 feet to the top of the tray.
Okay.
So
Well, mine is 9 feet to the ceiling tile.
oh really?
Soffit, yeah, the soffit
And the 7 didn't, the NZ7, I thought the NZ7 had the same lens as the NZ8. So that's weird that that you're maxing out the zoom going all the way down.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought I had everything
Or
thought
the
out,
lens shift, I should say.
but yeah, it just didn't work that way. I had to go all the way down and then raise the screen up a couple inches to make it work.
Yeah, because I can take mine even further down, and like I said, mine's sitting at 9 feet, and yours is probably sitting a foot less than mine dropped down.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's weird. I have to take a look at that and see if if the lens shift is different. I know on the the bigger model, the NZ9, that it does have more of a lens shift and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I know that they do vary, but yeah, no, that's weird. Man, the room looks beautiful though, for sure. I love the look of it. You did a phenomenal job with it.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man.
I
like
love
I said,
how
nothing's
all the
perfect,
speakers
but
are hidden. Yeah, no, it's really nice. All the speakers are hidden. Did you do anything? You said you did something with the HVAC. Did you just add more ductwork? What did you do with that?
we didn't do anything major. I know in high end builds, there's lots of consideration with ventilation and noise isolation and all that kind of stuff. But I settled a lot. I tempered my expectations and my finances on that, and we just basically let's see. So when we enclosed this room by adding the wall, this 100-foot long room has 2 air units, one on each end, that was supplying that 100-foot room.
Mhm.
So when we enclosed the theater, we just took the one on this side to supply the theater, and then the other one on the other side supplies the rest of the room. And we moved the supply registers, I think you call them.
Mhm.
So these 2 here are the supplies in the room.
Right.
So we moved them to the front of the room, and then moved the return to the back of the room here.
There you go.
Relocated the thermostat, ran the ductwork slightly different, cut some stuff out. I think we removed 2 registers that were like kind of right in the way of the wall and stuff. I if I remember right.
Okay.
So minor, I didn't build any kind of really special ventilation stuff or silencers or any of that kind of stuff.
Right. Are you able to show us the outside of the theater looking in?
Yeah, man. Yeah, sure. So, sneak peek on the chaos back there, but
Hey, man, my room was a mess. My dining room was a mess for 5 years, so I understand.
Oh,
so you can bear with me just a second. I just got these new black and gold rugs in.
I like it. Looks nice,
for
man.
a theater carpet look, but I ain't decided if I'm gonna keep them or not, because I wanted them to go wall to wall if I could. I don't know if that looks right, but
I
anyways.
like it.
So
You could always layer it and put like black runner on the left and the right.
that's very true. Yeah, that's true.
that's a good idea. Yeah.
So
I wouldn't want to have to move all those movies to get it
I
to go
know.
wall to wall.
Yeah. That's what a knife's for, man.
That's
You
incredible.
can slit carpet and put the legs right in
Man,
there.
I love the entrance to that theater, man. That looks
Yeah.
nice.
That was great. Yeah, that's very well done, man.
get up
Very
here
well
too.
done.
So, yeah, it turned out pretty good. So I got a couple more of these cool plaques coming to
Where you get
what
those
all
plaques at?
out. And, this is just an acoustic panel laid up here, so I have something to set stuff on. But I'm gonna probably put like a live edge or a butcher block top or something on top of this.
So where did you get those plaques? Your plaques at?
There's at least one guy on Etsy that makes them.
That's why I
Yeah.
thought I saw it. It's
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah,
There's one guy that does it overseas. I think it's like Germany. They're a little bit thicker than the ones on Etsy because I've ordered from both.
I
Okay.
ordered from 2 different guys before, and I think if you really look, you can probably tell there's a slight size difference on maybe 2 of these. But I noticed I got back in there the other day to order some more, and one of those stores is no longer there, and the other guy is, so ordered a few more from him. And then,
What TV did you use for your movie board there?
man, I wish I would have held off. So this is an LG TV, and I can't remember the model right off the top of my head. So I bought this one, and it was in the box for quite a while before we ever got to the point of doing this. And then I saw, if I remember right, that Shane Lee on YouTube did a video of a new
The digital movie poster board.
a new digital movie poster TV that he recommended, and I'm blanking. It's the one. It's a Canvas. Is it Hisense?
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember now, but they call it a Canvas TV. Like it wouldn't be a good TV to actually watch movies on because of the way the screen is made. It's kind of it's a dimmer picture. It just kind of looks natural. I don't know how to describe it, but anyways, I wound up buying that TV and thinking, man, I'd like to use that one instead. But the mount that I have behind this LG TV is like a recessed mount, so that I can put, we were talking about earlier, like a mini computer or something. It has room behind it, a cavity that you can put all whatever equipment you needed behind the TV.
Right.
And that Canvas TV will not work now where I've got that mount and that hole in the drywall. So
You could put one of those white boxes that go back there. That's what I did for mine. If you did want to change it out, there's like a white utility box that you put in there
yeah,
in the stud bay. And
yeah,
then that'll give you the depth if you want to put something in there. That's because I did a frame TV. I'm not sure if you know what the frame TVs look like.
yeah, I'm aware.
They have a Connect box. So you got to put that big ass Connect box somewhere. So that's what I had to do. I had to put it in the stud bay.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that's what I wound up doing for mine.
I'll probably stick with that LG sitting there, and then I'll just wind up.
I
like
like
said,
the
this-
big. I like the bigger look of it. It looks nice.
Yeah, that's I think that's a 55-inch. I went bigger. I think most people that do digital movie posters probably have a little bit smaller TV than that, but I went ahead and got the 51 or 55.
Yeah,
no
mine's a
worries.
43.
43 is most
yeah.
commonly used.
Mhm.
Because a typical movie size is 27 by 40.
True.
Right.
Yeah. I just
like
this
it,
room
man.
is so big that I felt like I could kind of get away with
Oh,
large
yeah,
proportion
absolutely.
things.
Nothing wrong
So
with that.
so in proportion to this to the rest of the house.
Yeah.
You know, is this like in a wing or where? You know, is this in a like? Because you said it's a huge 100-foot room. So
That's right. So this is basically the front half of my house.
okay.
The whole front half of it is a 100-foot room. And then to enter through here, you come. I mean, there's a door to the outside there, but this door goes into my garage. I have a 1,100 square foot garage, and then it basically behind this wall, behind that wall of the theater. That's my what I guess you would call the living quarters. I got kitchen, living room, bath, bedrooms, bathrooms, all that.
Okay. Very nice, man. I love it. Looks fantastic.
Little bathroom right here I'm gonna redo it.
Got any motorcycles in that garage?
Man, I about killed myself too many times on 4-wheelers and stuff when I was younger. If I got a motorcycle, it'd be a bad day.
Yeah, I don't
That's
blame
why I
you.
don't
I
own
don't
one
blame
either.
you.
Oh, yeah.
So Magic S, have you done a 20 to 20 hertz, 200 hertz sweep? Curious if where your knolls are. So or do you get into all the measurements and stuff like that?
Man, so I'm sort of tech savvy, but I'm not all the way there. And I looked at REW and all that, and I just thought, man, I could do this, but it would take me forever to fully understand, be comfortable with it. And I did have a guy, y'all may have heard of him, Chad B. He does he does traveling calibration. And I used him before in my old theater, and I used him again. I think, if I moved up to a Trenov or a Storm, I think there's guys that are, that's right in their wheelhouse.
Right.
But I had Chad come back over. I'm satisfied. He's a great guy. I really enjoyed him coming over. His prices are very reasonable. So he performed the calibration, and I have a thumb drive with all the files and everything. I don't have it readily available. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't really talk too far into detail about what the results were, but
for sure. So Rich, you asked where Ike went. Ike he's got some family in town, so he had to jump off. He was on a little bit earlier, but yeah, so he had some family in town. So
if anybody likes movies, that's another thing. Like I said, this room is a whole work in progress. I'm going to take all of these standard fluorescent light fixtures out and replace them with LED recessed fixtures that I can control and do different stuff with and get better lighting in here. But this is basically what I would call my boutique brand wall. This is Arrow Video and Criterion and Shout and Scream Factory, Radiance, Vinegar Syndrome, all that stuff. And then I'll do this wall. These will be like my standard releases from the big studios. I'll have them here, and I've got 3D collection and Disney, all that kind of stuff. I'll put that over here.
So do you enjoy 3D? Do you watch 3D?
I do some. I mean, it's kind of it's halfway I enjoy it, and halfway it's just kind of like a little niche thing to collect while it's, is it going to come back or is it dead? Who knows? So I pick them up whenever I see them. But I've watched a few. Since I have been here after I got it calibrated. The calibration went fine. There was no issues. And then I came in here a couple weeks after with my little boy and was going to watch a 3D movie, and I popped it in, and it was not displaying correctly. And I couldn't figure it out. And the only thing that I can narrow it down to right now is the fact that the Mad VR is a new item in my chain. And I'm thinking that there's maybe some setting that I don't have properly set for it to recognize and display 3D correctly. So like right now it's showing it's almost like the bottom third of the screen of the image is now at the top, and the top third is at the bottom, and it don't look right at all. So I've got to figure that problem out.
You were using the Panasonic to play it,
Yes, I think.
so I think there's different settings in the Panasonic too for that.
Yeah,
Um,
I was, and I the information when pop up on for the Panasonic, it was showing 3D, and my JVC was showing 3D,
Okay.
but it wasn't displaying correctly. So that's
What
more.
glasses do you have? Do you have the JVC glasses, or do you have like the expand glasses that everybody recommends?
I've got 2 pair, I think, of JVCs and 2 pair of the expand, and I wanted to get some more of the expand actually.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
right
and
now
you-
I have these. I've had these for a little while. There may be
Mhm.
new models out, but the expand vision.
And they were
I'll-
syncing up. Sometimes they're difficult to sync up too, right? With that emitter.
Yeah. Well, the problem is the image on the screen was wrong. It
Right,
wasn't
right.
that the glasses weren't working or whatever. It was displaying completely incorrectly, and
Oh.
I think it's just a setting that I haven't figured out on the Mad
On the
VR.
Mad VR. Yeah.
Yeah. But this is currently what my rack looks like. So yeah, I got the old Switch. I have a Switch too. I'll probably put it up in here one of these days. And there's my network switch, which I don't have a whole lot of. Some guys have like a really impressive network thing.
Yeah.
This is just there for me to hard plug my components in for updates and stuff, or play or Xbox or whatever. But then
Do you game a lot in the theater?
I will. I like to say I'm getting older, and I feel like I used to game all the time, and the older I get, the less I do it. But
Right.
I have a bunch of games that I really would like to get back to, like Cyberpunk and that Hogwarts game, that kind of stuff. I really like to see that in the theater. I just haven't got around to it yet.
That's it.
So yeah, there's my. I dropped this Blu-ray player when I was unpacking it, and the front broke off. I think.
Oh wow.
But that's my region-free Sony. Got my NVIDIA Shield Pro. I was gonna add another. I got an Apple 4K TV in my living room, and I was gonna get another one, but I kept waiting for the new one to come out, and it ain't come out yet. So
Yeah, it still hadn't come out yet.
yeah. So Panasonic. You'll see these little things attached to the Panasonic and the
It's the
Denon.
IR repeater.
That's right. So I got that installed at the front of behind the screen,
Mhm.
so I can control everything out here. Yeah, Denon. Those are the Outlaw monoblock amps there for my left, center, and right, and then I have 2 of the 5-channel Outlaws for everything else, and then the Croson amps there.
Are you able to show the Crosons underneath of the back of the chair there?
Oh man, I should have taken some pictures of that and put them on the thread. It would be very difficult.
Okay.
What I had to do was a little bit different. So I had to take the way these chairs are made. I had to kind of make that work. Had to
all
take
good.
the wooden feet off of the chairs, and we had to run boards across. So like the first row,
Mhm.
there's a board that runs all the way along the back, and there's a board that runs all the way along the front. And the Crosons and the little isolator pads they come with are up under those boards. So the
Okay.
rows are kind of tied together, which they
Right.
are anyways, with the chairs being clicked in together. But I wish I could show
No,
you.
it's all
but I
good. No, you don't need to do it.
I
That's
don't
fine.
think you're going to be able to see it there.
Yeah. So for that, you have how many Crosons? How many of the vibration plates? 2?
I purchased, so they have a set. It's the Shadow 8 actuator sets, and how many is it? There's 1, 2. I have 6 actuators. So there's 3 actuators on each row on
Okay.
the back, and then on the front there's the little their little, I think it's called Sorbothane or something like that, the isolator pucks. So there's 3 on the front, 3 actuators on the front, 3 actuators on the back.
Man, definitely appreciate you sitting down and taking the time with us to go through your theater today.
Yeah, very
But,
nice.
you did a phenomenal job with this thing, man.
Man, I
I mean,
appreciate
Great
it.
job.
Yeah, it looks
Great job.
great.
Like I told you
That's why
earlier.
it looks like a labor of love there.
Oh yeah. Like
Yeah.
I don't want to brag or anything like that. It's just anybody that does this themselves, they'll understand. But when you dream this and build it and it takes you 2.5 years to get there, it's like I don't have people in my area yet.
Stop laughing, Paul.
Yeah. Like I want to show it off a little bit, you know.
So-
2.5 years. Yeah, you were dreaming that a couple years ago, weren't you?
Yeah, I'm still building mine, and I'm 5 years in now. So I understand.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Paul gives me shit about it all the time. But
Well,
Yeah.
it's kind of
well, look, Daniel, I definitely appreciate you joining us tonight. We're about
Yeah.
a half. I told you this would be an easy conversation, right? Once we get going, now we're 3 hours in, right? So
That's
3
right.
hours later.
I told you this is just having fun with a bunch of guys that talk theater, right? So
Absolutely, yeah. I should do it again
Yeah.
sometime.
absolutely, like I said, you have the link, right? So anytime you want to join, you're more than welcome to join. Really appreciate you. I'd like for you to hang on just to close out the show, and we'll be back into the green room here in a minute.
Absolutely.
But you got people here like Jake Marsh saying really nice theater. Ike's still in the chat saying looks great,
Yeah.
super professional, amazing, awesome job. So
Yeah,
look,
great job.
just appreciate you so much. So I'm going to go ahead and close the show down now. So listen, guys, we need more guests like Daniel here, right? So
Yeah.
if you'd like to be a guest on the show, let me get rid of that first. Hold on, give me a second. Where did that comment come from? There we go. So if you'd like to be a guest on the show, please shoot us an email to hometheaterhublive@gmail.com. We definitely need some more guests on the show. I know everyone enjoys the theater tours, so really, really appreciate Daniel joining this evening because we haven't had a theater tour in a little bit. So
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah.
really, really enjoy that. And then please don't forget to do all that great YouTube stuff. Like, share, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you know when upcoming videos are coming. And then until next time, lights down, sound up, and don't blame us for your next upgrade. Thank you, everyone, for joining. See you next week.
See ya.
See ya.